So yeah, congratulations on the engagement.
Thanks, man.
That's super dope.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
She seems awesome. I don't know her well, but I don't know you that well.
I guess that's true.
This is the first time outside of the context of we did the workout class a bunch.
Yeah.
And you crush, right?
Crush.
You work out well.
Oh, you work out well.
Oh, thank you. You can't do that. You can't.
Why? What do you mean?
You're just boomeranging.
I'm not boomeranging.
You got to give me a different.
If anything, I feel like you're boomeranging me.
I gave you a compliment. You said, "Well, you gave me the exact same compliment."
Phil,
back.
you're the worst in the class.
No. You can give me a positive. You can give me a positive compliment, but it needs to be unique.
Okay.
You can't just mirror my.
You are the only bald person in class.
Am I really? I think that's true.
I'm not sure.
I think that's true. That we know of. Some of those people could be rocking the toupee.
Yeah.
We don't know that.
Touche on the toupee.
Yeah. I work out well. You work out well.
Look how jacked we are, isn't it? It's obvious that we work out well.
I don't feel like it's obvious. I do want to work out until someone in the wild comes up to me and says, like, you look like you work out. Like, I want that.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want that?
It'd be nice.
Just someone to acknowledge the efforts.
It is way harder than I thought. Like, oh, if I do it for a year, I'm going to be total beefcake.
I think the media gives us false ideas of our outcomes, like what happens when we do it.
Yeah.
It's like 90 days PXD what program, and they show you pictures of jacked people, and I'm like, dude, I've been doing this pretty steady. Like Josh and I go 4 days a week.
I know, that's crazy.
And then we go on Saturday, and then I ride the bike, and I do all this other stuff, and I keto, all this stuff, and I don't look jacked.
Well, that's your issue. You're burning off too much calories.
You think?
You should. If you want to get jacked, you need to eat a ton and just lift.
Just lift.
Nah, I don't know.
And
I don't know about.
protein.
Don't listen to me on just lift, but
lift
a lot, and eat a lot.
I think actually, having watched the documentary today about the Liver King, you know who this is?
I've heard about
Brian
the Liver
Johnson.
King.
He's a liver king. He like eat a bunch of animal testicles and other things.
Right.
I think what I need to do is steroids.
Oh,
it really worked for him. Like he had it all. It seemed like
people know he works out. But that's the thing. Even if you take steroids, it's like, it's not even that easy with steroids.
I don't think it is either.
So,
and our second context would be going and seeing your show at the Velveeta room.
The famous Velveeta room.
But you're welcome to my home. This is my home. This is intimate.
It's very nice. I like that we have a fireplace going.
You like that?
Yeah, it's 105 degrees outside. But
it's hot in here, too. That's why I had the fan on until we started.
Perfect. Hot cast.
You'll like this. You like this in the wintertime because that's an actual fire. I have it going. Right now, it's fake.
You cracked that flue?
Uh-huh. Well, one time I didn't, and I got dizzy.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And then all the monoxide like alarms in my house going on, and I believe that they were broken.
Oh,
I was like, this must need new batteries. And then I like passed out for a couple minutes, and I woke up. I was like, this must need new batteries.
Close call.
Yeah, but I opened the flue, changed those batteries.
How do you open the flue?
You see that thing right there? That metal kind of thing pointing down?
Yeah.
In the middle?
Yeah.
With the circle in the middle?
It's easy, but it's kind of like you can't get it when you need it most.
Like if it's hot.
Yeah, if you have a fire roaring,
if you have a fire roaring, you're not going to want
to open the flue.
Right. Why it's got that hole in there is because you hook something into there.
Oh, they thought of everything.
You hook something in there, this metal thing that I don't own. I don't know what I used. Maybe like
paperclip.
I don't think that'd be robust enough, but you're there, you're brainstorming.
Metal.
You're at the beginning of it. You would come to the conclusion.
These fireplace, pretty perfect technology.
You think so?
I think they're done. I think they're done with fireplaces.
Like they're not going to improve on this anymore.
No, I don't think so. Look at where the flue is. They got the circle.
They got the circle. They could have put it like right here.
Maybe let me amend that. Whether or not it's perfect and done, I think they are just done with it.
Yeah.
We've moved on from the fireplace.
We're putting our sights on other technologies.
Yeah.
A part of the thing I like about this is its rustic nature. It's like rustic. It's old school. It's a fireplace.
We wouldn't want to break that.
You got like a mantle, the illusion of like the outdoors, this like rock thing.
It's as if this already existed and the house was just built around
That's what they did.
That's what they did.
That's what they did.
All right.
Enchanted Rock was like this jutted out.
And then like, now we got to find a new Enchanted Rock. Mm-hmm. And they're like, well, this worked out.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Cool.
Okay, so Andrew Wagner, what is your title?
Mister?
Mister.
What do you mean title?
Like what to say on your business card? Would you say comedian? Or would you say like marketing, blah, blah, blah? Or when you introduce yourself to people?
Maybe that is a challenging question.
Okay.
I mean, you knew me for almost a year before you knew I was a comedian.
My soul knew.
Your soul knew.
Remember?
Yeah.
I came up to you after we left the thing and I was like...
Well, you know, I remembered I had mentioned it to you once. We were talking about like, oh, what if car horns could actually talk? Uh-huh. And I was like, oh, I do stand-up comedy. I have a bit about that.
And I didn't remember that at all.
I think we got down in there in the bottom.
Yeah. So you did mention it before I talked to you outside of the workout.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's my memory.
My memory sometimes stinks.
You know, I'm a mumbler and it's pretty loud in there. So maybe you just didn't even hear.
I wouldn't let me off the hook with that.
Oh, no, it's surely my fault.
Nah. I think you probably said that and I was like, this guy isn't cool enough to me to commit his contribution.
This is good to know.
His contribution to my long-term storage. He's a bit player for now. And then when you said enough funny stuff, I was like, man, I want to know this guy.
Well, I'm glad I earned your interest.
Do you do that to people? Is there people that you're like, hey, I'm not really going to, I'll interact with you, but I'm not going to commit it to long-term storage yet?
I guess I wouldn't know if I did.
We'd have to get a cast of people in here.
I want to say no. Everyone I can think of, I think is everything. Wildly fascinating, but those are just the people I can think of.
You would only think of the wildly fascinating
There's
people.
Probably people I'm like, oops.
I forgot them.
Yeah.
That's just a guess, though. I'm not sure if that's true. I was always impressed with you and Josh using the barbells when everybody else was using the kettlebells or the dumbbells.
You know, it's not that much more weight all the time, and everyone could do it. It's just like, oh, well, I have to go in order of the thing. Yeah. So I'm glad it opened it up for other people to give
I'm doing it now, too.
I know.
I like it.
Whole crew's over there on the barbell.
So your title...
These days, I guess just a guy, but it is a bit of a
guy.
Yeah, it's
Andrew Wagner,
quandary
for me. Guy.
I'm somewhat stuck in between. For all of my 20s, I wanted to be a comedian as my whole job. And then I somewhat failed at that, and now I have a marketing job. And I'm like, well, I don't really know if that's how I want to like present myself, you know, as a marketing guy. So yeah, I haven't. I guess, figured out what I would replace comedian with professionally. Right now it's marketing, and maybe at some point in life it'll be something else.
Yeah. I imagine if something happened tomorrow that told you that comedy could be a full-time job, you would change it to comedian immediately.
Yeah, for sure. But getting there, the juice isn't always worth the squeeze, is what I've seen.
The juice is, we're going to talk about that. Okay. But so what we'll put is a guy, but when I introduce you, I'll...
Yeah, you could say local comedian, and we'll leave out marketing.
And leave out marketing.
Yeah.
We'll leave that out.
Yeah.
No. People don't need to know that.
No.
Okay. Local comedian. All right. And what I thought, maybe we would do Phil Phails at Funny.
All with PHs.
Probably not. I mean, we could do Funny with a PH, but...
And then you got to perform in Pflugerville.
That's PF.
Close enough.
I would be PHF. I would perform in Pflugerville, yeah.
Flugs up. Yeah.
Phil Phails at Funny, or is there something else? Like, what do you think your niche is, or how do you think...
No, I think that's a great niche.
Because part of what we're doing is going to talk about kind of finding funny in our life.
And I spent over 10 years
and
thinking
you still
about
find
that.
Funny.
Yeah, I love it. I love doing comedy. And I think that's why local comedian is the moniker now. in the past I was trying to be professional comedian. Now I'm cool being a local comedian.
Mm-hmm. Because it could be a part of your lifestyle, but not necessarily
The whole thing.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Phil Phails, that funny. Anything you really want to hit on when we talk about all this stuff?
I have no expectations or agenda. Was I supposed to prepare something?
No.
Perfect.
I don't like it when people message me and they're like, how do I prepare for this? What do I need to do? And I'm like, well, your life up until the point when we start talking is all the preparation you need. I don't want you to do anything.
Love it.
I just want us to like,
that's good, because I did nothing. This would be a bad time to find out.
Figure it out in the moment. But then sometimes I ask people like that are professional questions that are in their kind of domain of expertise. And they're like, dang, I wish I would have brushed up on that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because I was talking to the registered dietitian yesterday, and she was talking about all the helpful foods for your gut. We talked about gut health. And one was polyphenols.
Okay.
And I was like, what's that? And she was like, ooh, I don't remember, but I know that they're these and they're real good for your gut.
They're good for your gut.
And then when she left, she like texted me, oh, actually, here's what they are.
And what are they?
Oh, man,
You should have brushed up.
I'm not the expert.
How many have you talked to the dietitian like a lot of times?
Twice. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Ashley Eves, man. She's super cool. She's going to be a returning guest. I think I'm going to have her evaluate my poop. Not pictures.
That's the service she provides, or?
Yeah. Not pictures. She does not prefer pictures.
Uh-huh.
But she has received them. Wasn't her preference.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, well then.
Straight to her cell phone, or
so
through
you
some
did?
sort of
I was like, so you
portal?
didn't want them to leave?
Unsend.
Yeah. Polyphenols, hydroxyl chemical structure.
Oh, okay. Well, that clears that up.
They are basically antioxidants that are natural microbiome modulators, encouraging the growth of helpful microbes while discouraging harmful ones, ultimately promoting gut health and whole body wellness.
Sweet. I know that guavas have a little bit of polyphenol.
Oh, you knew about polyphenol.
I looked up health benefits of guavas while buying some guavas once.
Guavas. Speaking of guava.
Okay, you got a guava thing? I did not brush up on guavas.
This is a bridge, actually, to something I know we both like, and that's Ween, talking about pure guava.
Oh,
talking about Ween. I watched a documentary. I've been watching this documentary. This guy on YouTube has been like going through the history of Ween from the beginning, and every like a month or so he releases a new one. And he just released the 12 country hits one, which was really cool. They just went to Nashville and got like
real musicians.
Like not only real musicians, but the best.
Bona fide.
They were like guys that had played with Roy Orbison and guys that had played with like, you know, the biggest stars. I can't think of any other than Roy Orbison now.
I love that it's like a prank of an album.
It is. A lot of people said they wouldn't do it because of the lyrics. Because they shopped. They had demos.
I thought the twist they did, or maybe they had that experience and then they started like giving people the music.
What's that? Oh.
And then the lyrics came out.
I think that they shopped the demos with the lyrics from what it said in the doc.
Yeah.
That they shopped the demos that had the lyrics on them, and some people said they wouldn't do it, and some people eventually said they would because of the money. Because it was a paid gig.
Money talks.
And even though these are like really good musicians, they're still musicians and they're famous. The ones that get paid in these bands are the ones that write the songs and are the main guy, the singer, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody else is...
Here's a tidbit that I learned from playing in church bands growing up. Strumming a little acoustic guitar. The only people that get paid in a church band are the lead singer and the drummer. If you're going to have a paid position for a worship band.
Really?
Only lead singer and the drummer are getting paid.
Why do you think that is?
I think supply and demand.
There's not a lot of drummers, and you really need a good lead singer.
In a church, you could throw a communion wafer and hit 10 guitarists. Well, a bassist you don't really need. What? You don't need a bass for almost anything. You can get by without a bass.
You probably can. Yeah.
There are a lot of great bass players.
Absolutely.
That make music better, but don't always
Come on.
need one.
Yeah. Austin used to be a town where you could throw a rock. You couldn't throw a rock without hitting a guitar player. Now I'm pretty sure it's transitioned because of technology and just the years that have gone by. You can't throw a rock without hitting either a massage therapist, yoga instructor, or a software bro.
I agree on the software bros.
Sometimes maybe all three.
I guess I haven't met that many massage
therapists, yoga instructors.
Yeah.
Where are you hanging out, man?
You know what? Not at the massage clinic. I don't like massages.
You don't?
No, I don't.
I haven't really had many massages. I don't mind them. Why don't you like massages?
You have to just sit there for 45 minutes.
You lay there.
Well, yeah, but then that's all you do.
No, they rub your body.
I know. That's also part of what I don't like. That's probably the more part that I don't like about it.
Is the physical touch.
Physical contact.
Is it because you've coupled physical touch with sexuality, and so the whole time you're thinking, are we about to do it? You're doing a face.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, what do you think when you're getting touched? Is it male massage therapist or female that you've had?
I've had one massage. It was a couples massage. So I wasn't.
So you had two, is a male and a female massaging you?
No, I think they were both females.
It was a couples.
Yeah, it was on the beach in Cabo.
And so it was a lady massaging you.
Yeah. She was nice.
Did you have any like arousal during that time?
No.
You sure?
I think so.
Was she like an old lady?
She was regular aged.
Regular aged lady.
Yeah, regular aged lady.
So what was uncomfortable about it?
Okay. Well, maybe it was also part of where I was at. So you go in, it's like a $20 massage.
Oh.
And you go in, and it's just like this big open floor on the beach with maybe 30 massage tables all lined up, one right next to
it's a whole room full of
to
people.
each other. And
you
then
were probably scared you were going to get a boner the whole time.
You keep coming back to that, and I don't.
Yeah.
It wasn't that big of a concern.
Okay.
I'm
projecting my own stuff here.
I think you're projecting your own boners onto me. Are we allowed to say boner on public access?
I think so.
I guess you'll find out.
I guess we will find out. I've coupled in my life like physical touch with sexual intimacy.
How'd you find that out?
Through retrospective.
Oh, okay.
Through like looking back and being like, whenever I told my companion at the time that I wanted to give them a massage, what I was really asking for was, could we embark on foreplay? And I didn't know that until it was like, oh, this always goes to that. It's never about just that.
What about smaller forms of physical contact?
Also,
high fives.
High fives are fine. Hugs are fine. But one time when I started this men's work thing, I was with a group of guys, and we were at maybe a electronic music thing. And we were sitting down in like a little group, and one of them started touching my leg and was like, how is this for you? And I was like,
wait, where was this again?
It was at Zilker Park.
And what's the context?
There was like electronic music playing and people dancing.
So this isn't
it's like an outdoor music kind of pop-up.
Okay.
For ecstatic dance or something like that.
Cool.
And I remember thinking like, I don't know, man. I don't know if this is okay, but there's nothing not okay about it.
Right.
Like, it's just a friend of mine that I like. He's a good friend of mine, rubbing my leg. And I thought like, there's no reason why this is gay, but part of me's scared that it is gay.
Wait, why did he start doing it?
It was like
he was on Molly.
I think it was ketamine.
He was on ketamine. He was on ketamine at Zilker Park for the electric music pop-up, and started rubbing his buddy's leg. This is in Austin Taylor's oldest time.
It is. But I wanted to be like, why is it? This is my problem. Like, I should just let my bro should be able to rub my leg, and that should not be a problem. Like, it doesn't mean that we're romantic. It just means like we should be able to share leg rubs, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm on. I think I'm on your side.
You're on my side. I would never initiate a leg rub.
I don't want a leg rub from a friend, male or female. And if I'm out just in public, I don't even necessarily want a leg rub from my fiance.
Yeah.
You know?
No PDA.
No, I'm not no PDA, but like what you're describing, like the how's this for you?
He did.
Pretty
Hold
strong.
on, like you just
I'm
created
happy
a whole.
That's what I was getting.
You created a face and a tone.
What did I do?
You squinted your eyes a little bit and you made your voice softer.
How's this
for you? You did like a
well, that's what I thought
sultry
was going
thing.
on.
A sultry thing.
So your buddy just
he
wanted
didn't
to rub your
sultry it up.
leg
Yeah,
as buddies.
yeah, it's buddies. I didn't know that it was a test. I don't know whether it was a test now, but I just thought it was like, maybe this is just an experiment for me. Like,
Yeah, I'm not offended by it. It's just not my preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's not my preference either. But a part of me wants to be someone that's okay with that.
Were you the type of household growing up where like, everyone gets on the couch and sits real close and you could be kind of like cuddled with
No, I didn't get a lot of cuddle.
Sibling?
Not a lot.
Yeah. I have a wonderful family, but we're not cuddlers.
You didn't cuddle.
No. And now I'm not like just looking to lean up against my buddy. Cause that's just not.
My mom would hug whenever a little too much.
Oh, okay.
She would also show photographs of her breastfeeding me and talk about that a little bit too much.
And this is, can I assume pre-digital photos? So she
would pull out, this is pre-digital.
She's got to go
pulls
get
it
the
out,
photo box.
dusts it off.
Yeah.
She's proud of it. This was like a time in her life when a lot of middle class and upper middle class people were discouraged from breastfeeding.
Oh, yeah?
It was like looked down upon.
Why?
I don't know. You'd have to look back into that time.
Is that why I wasn't breastfed?
It could have been.
My mom said it's because I was born with teeth.
It could have been.
Had I all my chompers already there.
That's probably a lie. It probably was that your mom wanted to feel better than other people.
Well, let's not bring my mom into this like that.
You hear it, Mom? Did you want to be like an elitist?
Is she over
She's
there?
in one of these.
Oh.
Which one are you in, Mom?
Day after Mother's Day.
But I don't think it's not to the... I don't blame them a lot for it, but there was a cultural shift from breastfeeding at a certain time. And there was something called the La Leche League, which was a group of moms that were like, we're breastfeeding our kids,
Cool.
The La Leche League. And I think they'd have like circles where they would just be tits out, just like passing babies,
Good for them. And was
so
your
the
mom
babies
in
would get
the La Leche? Also, I acknowledge the redundancy of saying the La Leche group.
La Leche League?
Yeah.
What's the redundancy?
Saying the in English and then la.
Oh, yeah, you're
Spanish,
right. You're right.
la.
Oh, we got a Spanish speaker over here.
Well.
The La Leche League. The Milk League.
Yes, the Milk League.
The Milk League. Well, maybe they had a stutter.
That's possible too.
I think it was just La Leche League, but it was, she was proud of that. She showed those pictures to prospective companions that I'd bring to the house.
Oh, okay.
It's weird.
So you're bringing a lot of ladies home. Maybe she was trying to scare them
She'd
off.
only have to do it once for it to be memorable.
Oh, okay.
Memorable.
Memorable.
Right? How many times would you do that?
How many times would I do it? If I had breastfed a child and then that child grew up and was bringing home a first girlfriend or a young adult, I would do it first adult relationship.
I wonder if she was flexing on that young lady.
Kind of an alpha mom.
Alpha mom in it.
She's alpha mom in
Look
her.
at these tots.
Yeah.
Oh, you think you're a prospective person in this family?
Yeah, it's the mom equivalent of cleaning your shotgun on the porch.
Yeah, check this bosom. Check this bosom out.
Double barrel.
Okay, let's kick this thing off. You want to talk about anything else before we get started?
No, that was great. Feeling warm.
We warmed it up.
Warmed it up.
Okay, let's clap together.
Okay, let me get a sip of water first.
Sip it.
Because I know it's clinking in the mic.
Is it? That's okay. The beauty of setting this up as Phil Phails is it doesn't have to be perfect, which is good because it's often not.
So I've heard.
Hopefully, you watched it. Did you watch any of it?
I've seen some clips.
Yeah. Hopefully
I thought they were good.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Hopefully it's moving towards that. It's definitely gotten a lot better in the last year or so.
I think perfection is unnecessary in podcasting. That's the point of it. Like podcasting, short form video reels and TikToks and stuff. The whole point of it is just getting it out there.
Getting it out there.
Yeah.
And I think perfection in anything is like, it's kind of like, it's impossible to attain. And when you just start going for perfection, you probably lose the fun of it. Like just like doing it should be just fun. And I don't know. I like it. All right, let's clap together.
Let's clap. Oh, like a round of applause or like a clapboard?
Well, just a round of applause. What have you done to deserve a round of applause, Andrew?
Showed up.
This is not, you don't get like an applause break.
I was expecting
for
an
our
applause.
Introductory banter.
I thought it was pretty good.
It's pretty good. The La Leche League, the Milk League part.
Double barrel, that was a decent riff.
Yeah, you did.
I did the act out 2 days after Mother's Day.
For moms. Yeah, for moms.
For the mommies.
Thank you guys for mommies.
Yeah, for the mommies.
That's a little weird. For the moms. Ease.
For the mothers.
For the mothers. We could do a round of applause. I don't know how that's done with two people. We do like multiple claps.
Oh, okay.
But this is really it's a one clap so that I can sync up the video with the audio.
Well, now you got to sync up each one of these claps.
I can't do that. We'd have to do it. You got to do it like this where I can see it too.
Oh, okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
You play that improv game where you pass the clap?
Sure.
You ever done that?
No.
Where you stand in a circle and one person looks at another person and then they clap together? And then that person has the...
I've played a lot of improv games. I haven't played that one.
Oh, well, come on.
But it's like this.
Yeah.
There we
you
go.
start it. That's pretty good. That was real good.
Mind reading.
Yeah. Welcome to Phil Phails. My name is Philip Jones, and today my guest is Andrew Wagner. Wave at all the people.
Hello.
They live in these cameras.
Massive studio audience.
Massive. It's the piano. There's a ukulele over there.
There are a lot of stringed instruments.
There's a Buddha head.
There's a Buddha head.
There's a Buddha head. Today, Andrew Wagner is a local comedian. And today, Phil Phails at Funny. Phil Phails at Funny.
Phil Phails at Funny every day. Come on.
Come on.
No, Phil, you.
But just a little bit of like background. Andrew and I work out together like probably twice a week. And he's wearing the shirt that I like. He's wearing the Levi shirt. We're not sponsored by Levi. Levi, if you're out there, I'm down for a sponsorship. But that's my favorite shirt.
If you get the Levi sponsorship, you can have this shirt.
I can have the shirt?
You can have this shirt.
Do you hear that, Levi?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good.
Or if a guy named Levi comments and says, give him the shirt, man.
Is there a Levi out there in the audience? But we work out a couple times a week with Cameron, who's also going to be on the show. He's going to talk about, yeah, he's awesome.
He's actually jacked.
He's jacked, and he's our coach. And Andrew, in the workouts, is perpetually saying funny things. You say things, and it's not just the funny things. It's like the timing. It's around a silent block. It's like, it's everything in my mind. I would go like, dude, that guy's got it. And I'd feel envy.
You felt envy?
I did. I would feel envy. I'd feel like, man, I want to be that funny. I want to say some of the things that you've said, or just have some of that timing.
Let's get some examples.
Let's not do that. Well, if they come naturally. No, I probably have one. When we were doing the talk about social media, and we're walking down the stairs, and I can't think of how to. Do you remember you said like?
No, I don't remember at all.
Anyway, let's not do that. At some point we were leaving the gym and I felt compelled to share my gratitude and appreciation.
It was nice. It was a good feeling
for how you show up in class and bring that comedian vibe. And I said, are you a comedian or something? And you were like, yeah. And what we what we disclosed earlier, you disclosed earlier, is you told me.
I told you.
You did stand up earlier, but I didn't remember any of that.
Before you had registered me as a person worth remembering, I had told you one of the key components of my identity, and you said, no thanks.
No thanks. I really like the shirt though. Sure thing, Levi.
I think the shirt maybe is what you were starting to, where you thought, hey, this guy, he can stick around.
Yeah, he can stick around. But after the workout, we were walking to our cars, and I was like, I really appreciate that. Are you a comedian? You said yes. And that's when I shared with you my love of comedy and maybe even the secret desire I have to learn more about it. And then in hanging out further, this idea I have of going up and trying comedy. Seeing what that would be like.
The same way that you sensed I was a comedian, I think I had some sort of sense that you were a guy who would probably like to try comedy.
Really?
Yeah. You're also funny. You're also chopping it up.
I'm chopping it up.
And you know what I was envious of, not to boomerang you. You said before I'm not allowed to boomerang you, but this is a boomerang. I'm envious of you not like thinking about what you're going to say all the time.
Really?
Yeah, you're just out there,
You don't
vibing.
think about it?
Oh, I think I'm looking at you thinking there's a guy who's not thinking, there's a guy who's not thinking about what he's going to say.
Yeah, because I
mean that in the
things.
nicest way.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about everything that I'm going to say.
Really? All the time?
Yeah, it makes me a very poor conversationalist.
I do, like, in the moment, have very little filters sometimes between the moment and my mouth. Or like, and that gets me into some trouble sometimes.
But it's also inviting. It breaks down some walls. It gets people. You opened up the group a lot.
Oh,
yeah, man.
I appreciate that. I like our group.
We have a lot of fun.
I like our group a lot.
Yeah.
And I sometimes worry about that aspect of my personality, that I'm too affable or stupid or not, too juvenile, and that I won't be respected or something like that.
Have people not respected you for it?
I don't know. I like razzing in the way that happens in the group sometimes. Yeah. But then sometimes I get hurt a little bit in a way that I don't want to be. Like I'll take it for real personal. And then I'll forget, like, wait, this is love. This is camaraderie. This is how we share appreciation for each other. Mm-hmm. It's not that they're putting me down. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I get my feelings hurt all the time. So.
You do?
Yeah, you don't have to explain getting your feelings hurt to me.
I have rejection sensitivity dysphoria, which is a superpower to make.
Oh, you caught that.
Anything you see or hear, you can like change it into rejection, no matter what it is. Mm-hmm. You could be like, I really like your shirt and your neckerchief. I'd be like, really? What's wrong with it? What I do wrong?
Well, that makes it all the more impressive that you're powering through and you are out there just leaning in.
Would you think about everything?
I think about everything. That's the other side. I would also describe myself as somebody who experiences rejection sensitivity.
Dysphoria or disorder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Totally. And that's why I'm thinking so carefully about everything I'm about. I have the opposite end of the spectrum where you feel like you don't have, I have too many filters.
Too many filters.
Too many filters.
But it's fast. Like now we're talking, it's in the moment.
Sometimes. Not always.
Is it a chess game for you or something?
No, it's like, it looks like, have you ever seen Hercules?
Mm-hmm.
You know that part where he goes to Hades to save Meg, the love interest?
Know if I've seen Hercules.
And there's the swirling souls.
Okay.
It just looks like slow-moving chaos like that.
Is there different thoughts like vying for the mouth or something?
Yes, I would definitely say that.
Do you have ADHD?
Yeah.
You do?
Big time.
When were you diagnosed?
3 weeks after I graduated college, just in time to get some Adderall.
So of the three, ADHD has three different kind of pillars.
Okay.
Do you know them?
No.
There's inattentive.
Okay.
Which is like, where are my keys? Or walking into a room and being like, why'd I come in this room? Or having a chore that you're doing and then going on a side quest that doesn't ever go back to the originating chore.
Got it.
And you'll like spin off different side quests and just have a whole list of things that don't get accomplished because, but you got the lint. You got the lint filter cleaned. That was like...
Oh, and you make it back.
But you didn't do any of the other stuff. That's inattentive. The other one's hyperactive.
Okay.
Which is like a bunch of energy. That one kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah.
A lot of activity. And the other one's impulsivity. Which ones are you?
I a little bit all three sometimes.
Really?
Sure.
I don't sense you as hyperactive.
Well, that's all the filters. That's all the years of rejection. Like, I'm going to stop.
That's masking.
Yeah. Yeah.
But is it Adderall? Do you take Adderall regularly?
Every day.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's one difference too. You were describing getting diagnosed really young and getting on medication really young. I felt, I think it was better to get on medication as an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went and I don't take any medicine for it.
Mm-hmm.
I did go and they prescribed me Adderall.
Yeah.
And I chose not to take it. But you might like some of the people I've interviewed on the show. I've interviewed folks that have written books about adult ADHD.
Yeah.
James Ochoa. Your fiance might like Anita Robertson. She wrote a book about being in relationship with someone with ADHD called
She might like that.
ADHD and Us. It's a real good book. I got it if she wants to borrow it.
She might.
But that's interesting. It's a lot of people that sit in that chair. I might have a magnet for folks that are ADHD because a lot of folks that
Well, they say diagnoses are going up a ton.
Yeah, I think that's true.
And I like the idea that, ADHD maybe isn't just one thing. It's like inattention could be a symptom of other stuff. You've heard that theory.
Technology?
Sure, technology could be part of it, but, diet could be part of it, or lack of exercise could be part of it, or just other unresolved mental stress could be part of it.
Yep.
And so maybe it's more, circumstantial or environmental than, there's just something broken in my brain. And then either my options are to just deal with it or take this medicine that has some, precarious side effects at times.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. We're going to talk about funny.
Yeah. What's great about the ADHD conversation is it was an inattentive trail off into a different. I don't remember what we were talking about before, but
that's okay. I don't either.
We just fully ADHD'd it.
Yeah, we ADHD'd it.
Sweet.
That's okay.
Well, we can talk about funny now.
I want to explore being funny on a stage and making a group of people laugh. And I think that starts, how do I start moving towards that direction? How did you start exploring that?
I wanted to be a surgeon because I saw the TV show Scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's a good show.
I thought JD and Turk were so cool. And I was like, well, they're just having fun making jokes all day. I think that's the job I want.
That's surgeon. What you thought was surgeon.
That's what I thought was surgeon. And then my older brother was like, people write that. I thought they were just making it up as they go.
Mm-hmm.
And I was maybe 16 years old.
You thought they were improv in that?
I didn't know that there would be a full line by line script. I didn't.
Right.
That was lost.
Was there to Scrubs or did they improv some of that?
I'm sure they improv'd a good bit, but yeah, most shows like that are fully scripted.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So I wanted to be a TV show writer.
Okay.
And I looked up how to do that, and I started reading about how the creator of Scrubs, Bill Lawrence, got into comedy writing, and he started by doing stand-up. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, well, I'll start by doing stand-up.
Was this at UT? Where did you go to?
I went to OU.
You went to Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Rival.
For Texans, like they don't like you.
I guess they do.
But it's like, we'll digress here for a minute. I think Texans don't like you, but isn't it like they like that they don't like you?
It's fun. It's a healthy amount of razzing, like we talked about.
Yeah.
Sometimes people, will mess with me, but
you're from Texas.
Yeah, I grew up
and you chose to go to Oklahoma.
I did.
I was trying to do the Razz
Oh,
thing.
you were doing that.
I did it.
You were doing
bit.
the thing.
I leaned into chose.
I chose to go to Oklahoma.
Yeah,
it's a great school.
So
I went originally for journalism because I was kind of scared to go full in on something creative. So I was like, well, I'll do journalism.
Safety net.
Yeah, and that's like a writing thing. And I was just terrible at it. I was really not good. I had an experience like you were telling me about with your teacher who said, you're not meant for this.
You really had that?
Yeah. I was supposed to go over this like video essay thing we were working on, and she watched my video and said, you know what? I really worry about you. Like mentally, I worry about you. And I was like, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And then that was the end of that conversation. And I did not be, and then I switched to
She didn't think you were smart enough to do it, or she was, I don't understand.
I was wayward.
Wayward.
Yeah, I was pretty lost, and I didn't know it. You know what I mean?
Were you doing drugs and alcohol? It was college.
I was not doing. I was smoking weed and drinking.
Yeah, that's drugs and alcohol.
I'm not doing drugs and alcohol.
But that's actually
smoking weed and drinking beers.
The weed is the drugs. The beers is the alcohol.
The beers is the alcohol.
You were doing drugs
I was
and alcohol.
doing drugs and alcohol,
Yeah.
but I wasn't. I wasn't hitting it really hard. Or anything. Like not even every night of the week or problematically hard.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly.
Well, what does wayward mean?
Wait, what does wayward mean?
Yeah, she thought you were wayward.
I'm asking, what does it mean? What's the definition of the word? I
think it means, to me, if I was going to say what wayward meant, which is what you're asking me, it means like unfocused, or like you're kind of, you don't know. I think of it as a sailboat in the ocean without a sail.
Yeah, I was aimless and obviously depressed to everyone who was, to adults who could see a young adult struggling. They're like, oh, this guy's struggling.
Oh, dude.
It's fine. I'm fine now. But yeah, I was bummed out. You come out of high school and as an ADHD person, and also didn't know that I had ADHD at the time. It had come up, but the conversation around it was like, well, that's not real.
Did you struggle socially?
In college or
in your life?
Always. Yeah, sure. I always felt a little bit on the
Me too.
Yeah.
I had, I've talked about it on this show numerous times. When I read this book by Carolyn McGuire called Why Will No One Play With Me? It made it all make sense. Like something about the neurodivergent or the ADHD expression, other kids, like neurotypical kids, which were the majority, would pick up on and subtly kind of exclude.
Yeah.
In ways that I didn't get growing up. It was just like I didn't go to a lot of birthday parties. I didn't get, I would get kicked out of groups. I just always struggled socially.
Bummer, dude.
Sounds like you did too.
Yeah, maybe to a different, I don't know. It was different. I feel like I had friends, but was always a little bit out. Or I wasn't necessarily kicked out of groups, but maybe wasn't invited to join groups because I wasn't putting myself out there.
Oh, you would kind of...
Yeah, totally internalized. Like you were describing. Like, I'm not going to commit this guy to memory yet because I wasn't giving people strong, positive, pro-social cues.
That makes sense.
Avoiding eye contact and avoiding conversations and not reaching out to people. So it's not like they overlooked me. They just pursued obvious social opportunities, and I wasn't involved.
That makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
I had kind of like the opposite thing where I would be wilder or like where they're like, that guy's a little bit off. Yeah. And you would just kind of be more blank slate.
Exactly.
Not give the cues that, hey, I'm a safe person to develop intimacy and connection with.
Sure. Or even just interesting or like hear it all. you know. But I think I masked well, and very agreeable. So that all came together for me.
And then, so this takes you through the college, and you're going to journalism, and they're like, we don't know if this is for you.
Yeah.
Where does the comedy start to happen where you're getting out?
Oh, okay. So at that same time, I had started doing the summer after my freshman year. I did my first open mic. I spent all summer. Twitter was the hot social media at the time.
Okay.
It was still Twitter. This was 2012.
Okay.
And yeah, everyone was just tweeting funny one-liners all the time. So I'd been tweeting all summer long.
And you were knocking out one-liners?
Yeah, I was getting maybe 15 likes. That was a lot back then.
That's pretty good.
That was good engagement back in the day.
But you were writing.
Yeah, I was writing. I was
and
writing
it was
little
comedy
one-liners.
Yeah.
Every day, and then so by the end of that summer, I was like, all right, I'm gonna give comedy a shot.
Okay.
It had been on my mind, I want to do stand-up, but I didn't watch stand-up growing up. The only stand-ups I knew were Dave Chappelle and Bo Burnham, and I was like, I can't do what either of them do. So
yeah.
And then I started doing stand-up before I ever really watched stand-up.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your preparation like?
I went to YouTube and I typed in stand-up comedy. And I watched Dave Chappelle's For What It's Worth. And it's incredible. And it actually did make me think I could do something like this, because he's not a real, he hasn't, or at least that special was very surreal, and he was doing silly, absurd made up stories about things that didn't happen, but they're just so funny and so well written. And I was like, I could totally do something like that. And I couldn't, is what I learned. But
you couldn't.
It was inviting.
That was a testament to his skill,
right?
That he made it look so easy.
Yeah,
he made it look like anybody could do it.
Right.
And when you realize that not everybody can do it, is when you put pen to paper and attempt to do it.
Less about when I put pen to paper, more when I put microphone to hand.
Oh, you were improvising on the stage?
I wasn't improvising on the stage. I had I had a rough idea of what I was going to say. I had written it out, and and it's still how I write now. But I had a rough idea. Go up. This is at the Backdoor Comedy Club in Dallas, and you show up to the open mic.
You had 3 minutes. How many minutes did you have?
I had 3 minutes. I get up on stage, do 30 seconds, and get right off.
You did 30 seconds.
30 seconds, in and out real quick. I had more stuff. I just got so nervous I had to leave.
Hands sweating?
Oh, everything's sweating.
It was brutal.
I had a bad time. And so my idea going into it was okay, well, I had such a bad year at college. I just didn't like doing the journalism thing. And I was like, okay, if I just do this open mic, I'm going to become a comedian, and I won't have to go back to college, and I'll just be a famous comedian instead off this one open mic. And then I failed miserably, and immediately just kind of shortened my goals to all right, well, I'm going to learn how to do an open mic well. And so that took about, I don't know, 6 months is what I would say, but looking back, it's hard to say that, open mics were going really well. But, 6 months started to get a groove.
Let me ask you a couple questions. Phil Phails 5 questions at Funny.
Cool.
What? Oh, yeah, cool. You said cool. How does someone fail at Funny?
Oh,
Oh, I know.
When it happens,
Yeah, you do know.
Yeah, you feel it.
You feel it.
For sure. You described coming to the show and feeling nervous for the people on stage.
Ooh, I feel nervous.
Because it's at stake. The comedy failing. And it's a really palpable experience, whether it's on stage or in a mixed group where you go to make a joke and people are just kind of look at you or brush you off, or you can see that they're embarrassed for you.
Yeah. Oof.
That's rough.
Oof. So let's approach those from the 2 different contexts. I'm just putting this on Do Not Disturb. In the comedy club, to fail is for the audience not to feel anything at all.
Yeah, that's one variation of it.
Because it's not just laughs that you're wanting.
Yeah, you can fail to unify the room. That's what feels like really killing.
Tell me about unifying the room. What's that?
It's just there's zero latency between where you want the laughs to be and where the laughs are. So the audience is right in step with you. It's perfect rhythm.
Yeah.
And it's the whole room all at once. It's not like, oh, I got these people over here. I got this guy. This guy in the back liked that one. Everyone's liking every joke, or so it feels when you're on stage.
So the laughs are happening when you expect them to happen.
Right.
With your cadences.
Yeah.
And it's the whole room.
Uniform.
Yeah. And there's some like immediacy to their laughter. They're not scratching their head for a minute. It's like boom, boom.
Yeah, it's
they're
like punchlines
and go. Yeah. So failing is not the whole room or dead silence.
So for somebody who's really hard on himself, and this is the case for a lot of comedians, failing is anything that's not that absolutely perfect.
That thing.
Yeah, that thing. But I think an objective, if that's an A+, you could go down to a B, and that's like a pretty good set. Some stuff falls flat, but you get maybe like one really big pop. That's like, okay.
In 3 minutes, maybe one good full room laughter is enough.
Yeah, sometimes. Or you get them for part, lose them for part.
Yeah. I imagine getting them back would feel like a triumph.
Yeah, so then some people lose them on purpose just to get them back, and then that feels like a win. Because if you're, some people are cocky and they're just a no-name open micer who's been doing it for however long, and they're like, oh yeah, I lost him on purpose and got him back. But I think that's, you get to the level where you're having everyone, you're known as a comedian, you're touring around, you're having perfect sets every night. You probably start to mess with the formula a little bit. So yeah, you got to be a C, slightly worse than a B, and then a full out failure would just be either dead silence or the crowd turns against you in some other way.
And that happens.
You can tell when the crowd is against you.
Oof, that's got to be brutal.
Yeah.
So in my kind of journey, we'll just call it, to doing open mics and trying comedy on, I imagine it'd have to transcend past open mics for me to really get this full experience. But the first part would be to be okay with failing.
Yeah.
Be okay with having the crowd turn on me, having it be silent. Sounds really hard and difficult to come to be okay with.
It depends on who you are. I think some people are better suited to deal with that type of thing and maybe have more of an adjustment to say, oh, well, that didn't go great, but this part was good, this part was fine, and I don't have to take it personally.
Yeah.
So if you were going to try it, the advice I would give you is to approach the failure as not personal.
Yeah, it's not personal.
It's not personal.
I've thought about a funny way to look at it as, like, in my life, I've really succeeded at being rejected in one-offs, one or two. And that's prepared me to be rejected by the masses at one time.
Yeah. I think that's you'll be in good company at an open mic.
Because I've navigated failure and rejection in so many different contexts.
Yeah, and it's not guaranteed that your first time is going to be an outright failure. It could be, mine was, but other people have, the first set just goes amazing.
Yeah.
My fiance. Oops.
Fiance.
My fiance, as of 3 days ago.
You got to change that up.
I got to change it.
You're changing it now.
I got it right before, but now, of course, once the cameras are rolling.
Yeah.
She did comedy for, she did open mics and stuff before we met. And she says she never had a bad set.
Really?
Yeah.
She still do it?
No. She just gave it. Isn't that ridiculous?
She never had a bad set and she gave it up?
She just gave it a shot and then it was kind of like, eh. But she also says like, okay, I did it and I got kind of what I wanted out of it. Maybe I'm putting words in her mouth to some extent, but I think the way she described it now, she saw that you got to go through that at some point, and juice wasn't worth the squeeze.
You've said that twice, and I'm going to get back to this juice squeeze thing later. To the fail, how do you fail? There's the context in our small group environments where you say something and it either doesn't land or people feel sorry for you having said something stupid.
Yeah.
Or what's the other possibility? The one I get scared about is that it's the racism or sexism or ageism or whatever it is I'm playing around with will overshadow the comedy of it.
You're worried that you're too racist to do comedy?
I'm worried that the comedy won't shine through.
We're in
a workout context.
In the current state of, you mean like in life?
We're in a workout context.
You're worried
and
about making an off-color joke in mixed company.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I want it to be very apparent that I'm joking around or playing with an edge. And I think some folks in those mixed companies, they're like maybe different levels. We're in Austin, Texas, so there's different levels of what let's just call woke or like freedom justice warriors, what are the social justice warriors, whatever we want to call them, where they're like looking for people to get in line.
Or just normal people who are going to respond, like if somebody makes
an off-color,
like, that was weird. We're at work right now.
Yeah. But we're not at work. We're at workout.
We're at workout class.
But that's
Cameron's
still...
Cameron's at work.
Cameron's at work. That's why he only goofs off with us as an aside.
There's an agreed upon professionalism. Or
at workout?
Yeah. I mean, it's a co-ed group of all sorts of people from different ages and backgrounds.
And walk on. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like goofing off in there. But because we see each other the same.
Right.
We've built kind of a camaraderie.
We've built a good rapport.
And I think part of that is testing, like, is it okay to be silly in those ways here?
Mm-hmm.
Will I be accepted in some of these like off-color jokes? It's what's called, I had a director of cognitive science at UT, David Beaver. He's also a professor of philosophy and linguistics. Mm-hmm. Really smart guy. He's awesome. David Beaver, shout out. He wrote a book called The Politics of Language, and he talks about, I get these mixed up. It's either positive politeness or polite positivity. Uh-huh. And it's this way of like jesting with someone in a way that's kind of off color or negative, and they're accepting it or sending it back or meeting it with levity is communicating intimacy and connection.
Right.
It says, we're that deep that you can call me. Like for two girls, if one was like, hey girl, you're a slut or something like that. And they were like, you know it, girl. Instead of like, I am not.
Yeah.
Oh, how dare you?
Why would you use such a word?
Yeah. Why would you call me that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead, they like meet it with, yeah, girl.
My friend Greg, Dr. Greg, he's a comedian. He's a funny comedian and a psychiatrist at the UT school over here.
Yeah.
Cool, accomplished guy, right? That's
Dr.
Cool.
Greg.
Dr. Greg Jomek. I'm going to say his last name.
Okay.
So people know. But he told me once about this book he read about like kind of the evolutionary psychology of humor. And the opening chapter I remember him telling me about was this idea that laughter is a way of signaling safety. Mm-hmm. So if you and your buddies are hunting a woolly mammoth, a saber-toothed tiger in a wooded area, and you hear something rustle, and then you just clamor, all of a sudden you look over and your friend fell on his face into a woolly mammoth turd, then we all laugh. Oh, it's not only is it not a threat, Doug's an idiot. And we're all safe.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's maybe similar to what the Beaverman has to say.
Yeah, Beavs. Yeah,
has to say about it.
Yeah, when they laugh, they say you're safe to be you, and and to play around with me in that way.
Yeah.
And that's what I want in workout class. And I guess that's what I want on stage too, that safety to explore different topics.
Yeah. What makes comedy work is that it's not safe. You know, when you saw me on stage, when you saw everyone that night on stage, you felt nervous for them. And that's an essential ingredient, I think, is that you have to be somewhat like, oh man, I don't know how this is going to go. We're sitting really close to this guy. I don't know if he's going to talk to me or not. And then, oh, he's funny. He's talking to me and it's okay. It's kind of like spicy food or a haunted house. You got to have a little bit of unsafety to it.
Yeah.
So you can joke about whatever you want and be prepared to pay the bill on whatever that is.
Because there'll be real world consequences.
There will be real world consequences.
We've seen a lot of that.
Yeah. I think there's this idea that it's like, oh, well, if we can laugh about something, it's inherently positive. I don't know if that's true. I think laughter and humor is actually neutral. And then, you know, I'm not going to be the guy to assign who's morally good and who's morally bad. But humor can be used in morally bad ways. Like, I can imagine.
Go on.
I can imagine. I'm trying to think of an example, like the World War II propaganda in Nazi Germany. I can imagine that people found those caricatures of Jewish people funny. It's like, oh well, what's the big deal?
They were dehumanizing folks.
And you know, it's I don't want to like relate that to people doing comedy about risky subjects. But it's a tricky slope because you can't control people's reactions and people's responses to it are true. I've definitely offended people with jokes on stage.
Of course.
My own parents. You know what I mean? Well,
no.
I guess you don't know what I mean.
Tell me.
Yeah, I performed comedy in front of my parents and their whole Sunday school class, and I just did this horribly dirty thing. I joke about my parents making love, graphic joke, and it was just like this weird David Lynch nightmare where it's a black box theater, and in the spotlight, only the front row where my parents and their Sunday school class are sitting is illuminated, and behind them is just a wall of blackness. And I can hear laughter coming from the black wall, but I can just see my dad's disappointed and embarrassed, rightfully so, face. Crucial failure.
Yeah.
I went home and they said to me, they were so, you know, looking back, really nice about it, but they said, you know, we respect what you do. It's an art form, but tonight you embarrassed us and hurt our feelings.
Ooh.
Yeah. That was not a great feeling.
No.
So yeah, there's real weight to words and real power to jokes. Not to get too like, be too reverent about it.
Yeah.
But there's real impact to jokes.
Well, when I was born in Mississippi, and so I have a lot of history of kind of comedy that puts black folks in a bad light. Like black jokes, black people jokes that were not good.
Yeah.
But would laugh. I'm sure I laughed when I was a kid at some of these jokes, and other people would laugh. But that's probably an example of where comedy is perpetuating a culture of racism.
Yeah. It is. It's a signal of safety, but it's a signal of safety to be.
Yeah, what are you what are you safe to?
Are you going to laugh at this, or are you against me?
Are you also racist?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then there is also a whole bunch of artists that I was raised listening to, like Richard Pryor, Red Fox, that would speak about racist topics.
Yeah.
Chappelle does that to some extent.
For sure.
Chris Rock did that to some extent.
Yeah.
Well, no, he does it a bunch, both of them. But those were places where it allowed you to be with racism, be with the negative impacts of these things, and laugh in a way that made it kind of, it would seep in. Like, oh, this stuff is happening. It shouldn't be happening. And it's okay to be with the awareness of it together or something. I don't know. I don't know how to explain this.
I think that's a perfect description of comedy at its best.
Yeah.
And when you're walking that line of whatever what was it, powerful positivity, or you're in between what's okay and not okay. It's okay because of where we are right now and everyone's on board and having a good time. And it can have, you don't write comedy necessarily with the intention to, inspire positivity in people's lives, but at its very best, that's what it can do.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's how you fail at comedy, though. How do you succeed at comedy? We kind of tapped on how you succeed, but what's the opposite of that? You succeed at comedy when?
That's a great question. Some people would say when, now, when you have 100,000 Instagram followers, or you're making income off of doing comedy, or
I mean in the room with people.
In the room with people.
I don't mean the financial fallout of it. I guess you're talking about, when are you a professional comedian?
When you succeed at comedy, a lot of different,
moment by moment. Like, you could not be one of these huge comedians, but have a successful moment. And I imagine stringing those together.
Yeah, you are the conductor of a unified experience. You're talking and the audience is reacting, and you're not just talking at the audience, you're somehow listening to them too, and responding appropriately.
Listening to them.
Yeah. Like
energetically, kind of?
No, I mean, like listening to who laughs and how they laugh. Watching them and responding to them. You can get on stage and you can look straight to the back, and you can not look at the individuals at all, but you have to pay attention to the individuals who are there to some extent.
Do you look at people when you're?
Oh yeah,
you look at the people individually.
I looked right at you when I was on stage.
Yeah, you did.
So what's this guy up to? Not laughing,
having a good time.
Having a good time. It's not like looking at them, but you're having a conversation. If you're talking to someone and you don't look at anyone the whole time, unless that's part of your shtick and people are getting what you're doing, and you're serving as that, lightning rod for whatever, for people's attention, then that works. But
otherwise, you're having a conversation with 200 people, like, in some way.
Yeah, or no one. You're just talking to no one in front of 200 people. So I would say to succeed at comedy would be to think pretty hard about what you want to say, and then try to say it as naturally as possible, and then respond appropriately. Those are kind of like the pieces of it.
That's like the writing, preparation, writing something.
Yeah.
Execute on that in a way that feels comfortable, casual, or if your shtick is being nervous, do whatever you're going to do in a natural way. And then what's the third one? It's kind of like respond when people laugh or don't laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. You change your cadence.
That's adaptability.
Yeah. You adapt to the audience and their timing. And it doesn't happen. It's not like that happens just at one set. It's kind of like a process that goes on over however long you want to do that material for. You can kind of like restart it That's why people record specials and then don't do that
material
anymore. They're like, okay, I'm working on building out this new hour. I'm workshopping it on the road. It starts off not going perfectly, but then you figure out the rhythm and you've built it up to this point where it's pretty much going to work every time. And you're going to get that good response. You're like, all right, let's capture one of these at its best, and then let's not do this anymore. So you can't practice comedy alone in a room the way that you can practice guitar. So to succeed at comedy, you have to, I guess, be involved in that practice process of thinking about what you want to say, saying it as naturally as possible, responding appropriately, and then fourth step, edit and change. So that's the practice process, and you have to practice that a lot on stage in front of people.
Okay. I want to go through these 3 sections.
Okay.
A little bit.
That's not official. Someone's going to see that and be like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
That's fine.
But if I had to. That's
Andrew Wagner's take on comedy, just as relevant as anybody else's, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Eat your heart out, Joe Rogan. I'm podcasting and talking about comedy now. Ask me about the 3.
Joe Rogan. We're coming for you. You know, beef would be good with him.
It would be good.
If we could get beef with Joe Rogan, do you want to start some beef with Joe Rogan right now?
I'd be happy to.
Look, Joe. We're beefing with you because of the tone of my voice is like beefy.
Oh, sorry. I didn't have your back there. And fuck you.
Hey, why? What? Why'd you
I thought we were beefing.
I know, but why you effed him?
Yeah, we're beefing, man.
Fuck you, Joe Rogan.
That was an example of trying to maybe push the envelope with a friend, and maybe he wasn't there for it.
No, I'm down with beefing him with Joe Rogan at that level. Just bring that shade on us. It'll only be good, right? If Joe Rogan beefs back with me, it'll bring me up to someone that's worthy of
there you go
his attention.
And isn't that what we're all after?
But he could crush me
with one of his signature kettlebells.
Quibs. He could deliver a,
Yeah.
Let's not worry about it. You're right. Joe Rogan, we're gonna
we take back what we said.
Yeah. Not fuck you. Do you like Joe Rogan? I like Joe Rogan.
I'm neutral.
Yeah.
I've
been to his mothership.
I've been to his mothership as well. Yeah, I think it's a good thing to have more comedy in the city as somebody who's trying to do comedy.
Yeah. I think he's good for comedy in Austin, Texas. I think he's a good podcaster. I'm a fan of his.
Cool.
Anyway, we'll talk about the 3 of these, and I'll let everybody know you are the authority.
Please do.
Dr. Wagner.
Dr. Funnybone.
Dr. Goofballs. The first one's like that's some kind of that's some kind of preparation. That's thinking about what is going to be funny. How do you mine those lulls by yourself? How do you find I imagine you're looking for what will unify the room. So that's what's most relatable, but that you find funny.
Sure.
What is it? How do you
start
get
with
there?
What's funny to you. Start with what made you laugh in real life. And something that you responded to or said that really connected with someone and made them laugh. That's probably the best way. Like, oh, let me get that. That's like sourcing the raw material. You said mining. That feels like the raw material. But sometimes it's like, well, I think this concept is funny. Like, no one's ever really talked about how women be shopping before. So maybe I could dig around in that category.
And
find
a fresh
find
take.
something that connects with people. Those are pretty much the 2 ways. Just capture something from regular life or go looking for it.
Laughing is a magical thing. I don't do it as much as I used to, I think, in my older age.
That's sad. Why not?
It probably is sad. I've remembered the times where you laughed in a way that you were scared you were going to die.
Yeah.
Have you ever had those laughs?
Yeah.
Where you're like, I really need to breathe. I need to get this under control. It's this uncontrollable, almost hysterical laugh, which is such a beautiful, cathartic thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time that happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you remember the last time it happened for you?
Yeah.
What happened?
Someone told me a story. I'm going to keep it anonymous for, somebody told me a story about a guy using steroids before a co-ed kickball game. And that really made me laugh really hard.
He wanted to get performance enhanced for a kickball game.
Yeah.
Okay. Getting that experience out of one person, I think, is really cool. Getting that experience to be uncontrollably laughing, a whole room full of people.
Yeah. I don't know if you really, in the stand-up comedy audience, I don't know how often people are really getting to that like hysterical, just next level, losing their minds laughing. I think that's a special thing reserved for.
It's a special, like almost like psychedelic experience.
I think it's definitely a different state.
Yeah.
Probably something different physiologically going on with you that's making it really hard to stop laughing.
Huh. Yeah. We're finding in the pre-production, we're finding something that's funny to me. And then maybe I got some feedback from the world, the external world, that it's not just me that finds it funny.
Yeah.
Or a bit that I want to develop and find a funny angle on that's very common. Like women be shopping, like things that we all do.
Yeah. You hear,
that we all know about.
Make a point in conversation with a friend and like, oh, that's so true. Like if it's so true, maybe I could find something funny about it.
Like I think I'm going to try one.
Cool.
I was trying to work on that with DMX.
Okay.
And what he's going to give to you. Because X going to give it to you.
What's he going to give?
And I was asking folks, what do you think? What is the it?
He never says.
That X is going to give to you. And I thought it was sexual congress. You know,
going to give it
coitus.
Yeah.
And then other people thought it was violence. Violence.
I thought it was the experience of a time well spent.
You know what? I thought that too.
He's an entertainer.
He's entertaining. He's giving you the positive joy of experiencing rap music.
Yeah.
X's going to give it to you.
He always gives it to you.
He's going to give you like a sense of, you know, like excitement, joy.
Yeah.
Sometimes what he gives me is the unrealistic belief that I can say the N-word and it will be okay.
All right. You're ready. You're primetime ready.
There it is. There it is.
X gave it to you?
X gave it to me.
I had nothing to do with it, just for the record.
I can't say it. I will not say it, even though X does get me to that point, the precipice.
X got you there.
He does get me there.
Don't put that on X, man. Don't let that be his legacy.
X is gone. DMX is passed on. R.I.P. I don't know if that's that what people do. I don't know what people do. R.I.P. DMX. Okay.
R.I.P. DMX.
But I won't make that his legacy. Okay, Andrew.
That's fine.
I won't put that on him.
That's fine. You're not going to give it to him.
I want to though. I want to give it to him. Yeah. So that's one thing I was playing around with. That would be an example of the second one. Like it's an idea that then I like drill for some funny in it, and the bit is like the N-word, because the N-word gets to be a little like edgy and kind of racist and kind of that's the left turn. right? Sexual coitus, it gets us to the edge of some like, that's a little edgy, right? I talk about sex, that's edgy. And then the other one,
saying it
violence, is a little edgy, but then, blatant racism.
Or somewhat expected. Whoa, unexpected.
Not expected. So it's the 1, 2, and then left turn.
Yeah. Maybe you need like a format or structure, some sort of like parameter of the joke. So in this context, it's like, I guess the game to it is like, oh, what are different things that X could give to me?
Yeah.
You could either like have a punchline or say something funny and kind of reverse engineer the structure. It's like, okay, I said this thing that made my friend really laugh. So how can I build a structure around that has all the makings of a joke? Or you can be like, ooh, I wonder if there's makings for the joke here. I was listening to X Gonna Give It To You a lot. Like maybe if I play around with a few different options, I could find one that's really funny and surprising.
People have to know who DMX is, though.
People know who DMX is.
All people? Well, most people.
Well, and that's what's important about having good structure, is that if it's a well-structured joke, they'll pick up on the rules of it and say, oh, okay, so this is a song where a guy says X gonna give it to you.
They don't have to necessarily know about DMX because I've given them context clues as to who this DMX is.
You'll teach them about it.
Yeah, I'll teach them. Yeah. So that I'll get the ones that don't know. And maybe the ones that do know, they'll lead the charge.
Yeah, that's another good thing. It's good to have like a couple really loud laughers in a comedy audience.
Loud laughers.
Yeah, they warm everyone else up.
That's nice.
Yeah, being around people laughing makes you laugh.
Because have you ever been to a laughing meditation?
I have not.
I've done it. If you'll start to laugh. Like we could do it in a little bit, like during our break.
Okay.
That's a no face.
I thought we were going to do it on air.
We will do it on air.
Okay.
You don't want to?
I'll give it a shot.
You give it a shot.
What am I?
Improv.
What am I being a wet sock for?
Why would you do that? But you'll laugh a little bit performatively. And then you don't know when it switches, but at some point you're just laughing. And maybe you're laughing at the sound of someone else laughing or laughing at your own laughing.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like there's this premise with emotions where one of the ways you can have an emotional experience is putting your body in the shape of that emotion. Like, so if I put on a smile, right?
Oh, you mean like the
if I put on a frown.
Power stances.
Yeah, that could be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you stand in a powerful way, you start to take on the emotional kind of air of that stance.
Yeah, power poses.
Another one is you can catch an emotion from somebody else. That's probably what happens in the audience. That guy's having a good time. They're sharing happiness, exuding that happiness, and it's contagious.
Yeah. Also, most people don't want to be heard being the only person laughing.
Oof.
So once it's like, safe that it's going to be covered up, everyone goes, okay, all right, I'll laugh because I'm not going to be the only one. Don't want to be singled out.
We need that like front runner.
Yeah, it's good to have a front runner.
Okay, so that's the first one. In subsequent times when I have you on the show, we'll actually do some writing together.
Okay.
We'll do some writing together and flesh out some stuff that then I'll try on stage.
Yeah, sounds good. When do you want to do your first open mic?
Should I set that? I should set that goal, huh?
Yeah.
What's today?
The 13th.
May the 13th. I don't know. What do you think? I probably want to interview you again and do this right? Because I'll do one episode that will just be Phil Phails at the pre-production for a comedy thing. And then the next one will be like, I do it and film that open mic, and that'll be the execution.
Well, how about this one is number one? We're doing pre-production right now.
You want to do this one as pre-production?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you already gave me the DMX bit. So we have that. How would you bring that up on stage?
How would I bring that up on stage?
Yeah.
I've thought about this. Like, how would I approach?
So they call, all right, give it up for Philip Jones.
Yeah.
And then you go up on stage.
Hey, everybody. welcome to this this party, this club. We're all having a good time out there, aren't we? Woo. We're all having a real good time.
We're having a great time.
It's give it up for the guy who introduced me up here, because he's a good quality person, and now I'm here.
Take it away.
Do you guys know about rap musics?
That's a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I said musics in a fun play.
Yeah.
Fun, playful way.
There you go.
You guys know about rap musics. I'm a big fan of rap musics. I like all kinds. There's this like kind of rap music that's almost self-helpy. Like you got your Tribe Called Quest, and you got your like these guys that are really speaking towards elevating mankind, right? They want us to be better humans. They want us to be nice to each other. They want us to look at our life with a positive mindset. And I like that. I want to do that. I want to look at my life with a positive mindset. I want everybody else to too. So when they see things, they're like, that wasn't about that person hating me. It was like when someone like steps on my foot, it's not because they were disrespecting me. It was because maybe they saw a bug on my foot, and now that bug is gone. But the best comedy is gangster rap.
The best comedy is gangster rap.
The best rap
is gangster rap.
Is gangster comedy. I mean, the best rap is gangster rap, because these guys are confident. They're so confident. They're confident beyond anybody's real ability. This is like next level confidence. It's like the level 11 on the amp in Spinal Tap. It's like you turn it up to a level. That's their confidence. And one of my favorite guys is DMX. He's got a tone of voice that's really like, it gets me going. And it's also a little scary. Like, I don't know what's going on with DMX, but I know I need to pay attention, and I know that I need to do something, because he's going to give something to me in that exchange. One of his key things is X going to give it to you. He says it over and over again. X going to give it to you. You know? What? X going to give it to you.
Huh?
Yeah, he does that. And then in my mind, I'm like, he's never really clear on what it is, right? He says that he's going to give it to you over and over again, but he never like illuminates what that is. And so I'm not sure how to feel about it, right? Because it could be sexual congress, which is like, fine. He's going to give sexual congress, but that's more for the ladies, right? That's not for me. I'm not the audience for that, right? I'm certainly getting excited by it, which questions some things about my, sexual orientation, but we're not going to get into that right now. What we want to get into is this it. It could also be violence, which would be very odd for me to get excited about the violence he's going to give to me. I wouldn't get excited by that, right? Because what happens next is like, what's that called? Like pugilism? Pugilism, that's like boxing.
Like the group. Oh, okay.
It's boxing, pugilism. It's like getting assaulted. I don't want that from DMX. He's got a lot of muscles. The other thing it could be would be just like having a good time. He's given us the experience of rap music, and that's pretty awesome. We all want that. Unfortunately, what I always get is this uncontrollable desire to freely say the N-word in public.
There it is.
Boom. Too much lead up?
Well, if you want notes, you got some fat to trim off that.
I got fat. Because I need laughs per minute, or what is it?
Yeah, not your first time, but yeah, that would be a good way to set yourself up. Is you could probably do that whole thing in 30 seconds.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Get straight to the N-word.
I mean, whatever the setup and punchline is, so you had one setup and one punchline. I guess you had other.
I could do the other ones would be like the sexuality piece, like these other. I was thinking about 2 beats and a button, like in improv where you have 2 beats and a button.
The 2 beats would be still set up, right?
Yeah,
yeah. So
but they're small laughs, right?
Yeah. So and it depends on. No, I don't know. I feel like even somebody like, to use Dave Chappelle as an example, doing those long seemingly meandering stories, but it's obviously tightly written. He's still doing a series of setup punchline jokes, but they're setups and punchlines connected by a singular thread.
When you say trim the fat, what do you mean?
I mean, focus on the funny part. Put the setup and punchline closer to the beginning of talking about the joke.
Mm-hmm.
It would be fine to do a joke where you talk for a minute about different types of rap that you like. Mm-hmm. And that's how you kind of, maybe you have like a chunk on, you got three, no, now I got 3 minutes on rap.
Each one of those needs to have a joke. I need to have a joke about the enlightened rap. I need to have a joke about the other one. And then the DMX is really kind of where I'm going.
Yeah. So you could have, you could have a Tribe Called Quest joke. You could have, you could do like a White Rappers Avenue.
Yeah, like a Milli Vanilli joke. Yeah.
You could do, like a Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah, I could do a joke on that. Kind of like a,
but that's like more family friendly rap.
Mm-hmm.
So the structure is now fleshed out a little bit more. Originally, the structure of the joke you were working with was, what's Zach's going to give to me? And then you kind of start thinking about like, well, how am I going to say this to an audience and keep it funny and engaging the whole time?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I got to expand the topic and write more funny things on that subject.
About rap.
Yeah.
So basically it's like writing rap, comedy, and then we talked about genres of rap.
Yeah.
And we got like hip hop, which is more kind of introspective or wholesome. Then we got like white rappers like Milli, not Milli Vanilli, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice. Sorry, I said Milli Vanilli. Vanilla Ice.
Similar category. And
then more like family, which is like your Will Smith. And I'm going to this gangster rap because I think that's where there's going to be some fun and a little bit more edge. But each one of these needs to have some kind of funny take.
Ideally. Yeah. And let's not forget a touch of irony. So you get to the end and your takeaway from, if you want to do that joke and not be like, oh, this is just a guy who wants to say the N-word, you have to set it up with you have to balance out the irony of it. So you go into rap expecting one thing, and then, oh my God, what happened? I got another thing.
Uh-huh.
So that's kind of an important part of setting up a joke.
What would be an example of that here? I don't want to be just a guy who wants to say the N-word. So there's some way of disarming that or making that...
Yeah, finding like the rules or the construct that would make it okay to say, oh, DMX makes me feel like I can say the N-word. And that's where the failure is probably going to come in. Not that, I know you. And so when I heard you say that, I was like, oh, that's Phil being Phil, pushing the envelope.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get up on stage in front of a crowd of people and you want to do that punchline, you don't know how people are going to react. And so I don't want to call it like you have to find the loophole, but you have to, find the irony that lets everybody know that you're a safe guy, or that you're a safe guy in the sense that, you want to be a safe guy.
They need to know that when I leave that comedy store, I'm not putting on a white hood and delivering burning crosses around town.
Yeah.
They need to know that joke is funny because it sets up, it's set in the context of an opposite, that I'm not racist.
Yeah.
It's a not racist person sharing this, what could be seen as racist a kind of impulse.
Another important thing to know is that people are going to be able to see you when you're saying it, and they're going to be making they're going to have all sorts of impressions about how you look. And so, no offense, but bald guy with a white beard getting on stage saying,
I want to say the N-word.
Yeah. People might have, I'm not, maybe I'm wrong.
They might think
you won't know until you do it.
They might think I actually do want to say the N-word.
They might think you actually
but I do want to.
You do want to.
But not for a racist reason. I just want to be included in a group. I think it's cool when I've seen people say it. Like, I think some comedians, half of their stick is just the ability to say it. What's his name? Lucas guy.
Lucas who?
The guy from Kill Tony, the big guy.
Oh.
The big guy that roasts David Lucas. Yeah. I think if you took the N-word out of his stick, I don't know that he could be funny. I think it's there's something that comes along with that I don't know. It's just, I'm envious of it.
I think what you're saying is that you wish that you were black.
I wish that I was black.
Okay.
I don't want to be black because I really appreciate my credit score.
There he is. Well, then maybe that's I
don't know that I want to be black, but I definitely I think it's maybe I
how
do
many
want to be
white
black.
comedians do you know that are doing comedy where they say the N-word a lot and it's not coming off as
none
super racist? Exactly.
No one does it.
So maybe what you're describing then is a world where everything's okay now and we can. It's kind of maybe there's a sense of optimism.
This is a scary topic though, because if folks of the black persuasion could be like, I don't like that he's joking around in this way, and I could get beaten up.
I'm going to be honest.
I would not want to be beaten up.
You probably won't get beaten up.
I don't want to get beaten up.
And the state of Austin comedy right now, you'll hear jokes like that from white people all across town.
Oh, you will.
I think it comes down to what you want to do and what you want to communicate.
So maybe I need to think of other
I'm projecting a lot of my my own feelings about that, where it's I don't want to do a joke about that.
Well, my history is I was raised in Mississippi and kind of used the N-word up until I was 4. And didn't realize, not I was 4. I'm sorry, 14.
Until you were 4 years old? Was it your first word?
Yeah, it was my first word. It wasn't my first word. I used it until I was maybe 14 or 15 in friend groups, without any awareness that there was something wrong with it.
Were those all white friend groups?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
That's gonna change the dynamic a lot.
And then I came to realize that's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I came to realize that some of the culture that I was in Mississippi was deeply racist.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this is me wanting to kind of poke fun at some of that and relive some of that in a fun way or playful way, or find some kind of comedy in it. Because it's real for me. Being from Mississippi, kind of having touched or been around some of that culture.
Yeah, that's that's pretty vulnerable topic. And so that's why it matters what you say on stage, because whether you're thinking about it that way or not, it does say a lot about you and how you see the world. And so you'd probably want to communicate how you see the world as authentically as possible to how you actually see it. But it's also, it's a funhouse mirror. So it's a warped, you want to start with the accurate thing and then warp it in a funhouse mirror.
Yeah.
And so, it's a really challenging topic to say, I grew up exposed to casual racism, and learned that it wasn't right, but oops, I listened to DMX and
I see what you're saying. One's saying like, I'm safe. I was aware of the wrongness. I was aware that this isn't the way to be.
Yeah.
I acknowledge that fully with you, the audience. So I'm safe in that regard. Now accept some of this blatant racism.
Yeah. And that's not the case every single time. You know what I mean? Like, there are going to be crowds who are more like, especially, in the downtown Kill Tony ecosystem, those crowds are more like, it is what it is. We're doing edgy comedy. Nothing's off limits. That's the expectation coming in. But you go to the average, paying comedy audience, they might need a little bit more, something that works in that environment where people are expecting that and looking for it because they like that flavor, spicy food, or they like horror movies.
Anthony Jeselnik isn't for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I need to pick some kind of edge, though.
Yeah.
For
I'm not saying that you shouldn't be edgy.
Let's throw some edges out. So racism is one edge. Racism. Another edge is sexuality.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You give me one. What's another edge?
Another edge is irrational anger.
Yeah, when you get angry at something you're not supposed to get angry at.
Yeah.
And it's really big.
I wish I could remember the guy that I saw do this joke. He was a deadpan comedian. And so his inflection is very subtle. And he's complaining about how, he's a dad and he's at the grocery store with his kids. And he's something about having to carry jugs of milk. And he like looks at it and goes, who decided to put milk in the handle? And he takes a pregnant pause in which he communicates a very like subtle frustration through his deadpan persona and goes, I don't know if there's any milk carton designers here tonight. And it gets a huge laugh. It's so subtle. But he's genuinely, we can tell he's upset about why they put milk in the handle.
It doesn't have to be huge
too.
It just has to be obvious.
Yeah. And it's a true thing.
It can't be rational anger, though. Well, and probably could, but I'm noticing from the night I came to see you, and the one guy that came up there saying F you, Oklahoma people.
Right.
And in his shtick, he kind of did this thing where he was anti-lesbians. And then the next performer was a lesbian performer, and she came up there with rational anger that almost seemed a little too rational.
You said rational.
It was too rational in a way that, like, then she kind of bombed. And I think it was because of how rational that anger was. It seemed more that, like, wait, you're actually angry.
Yeah.
You're actually using this as an opportunity to share your anger.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no joke in it.
Maybe you could do that type of exploration on stage, and it doesn't you don't always find the end of it while you're on stage. And I think that's maybe what
she was doing,
what they were going for. Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're going. Yeah.
But yeah. So whatever you feel like talking about.
What's another edge?
Another edge.
We've got sexuality, racism, irrational anger.
Maybe replace. Well, unless I don't want to tell you how to do comedy.
You tell me. You're here to tell me how to do comedy.
Edge with surprise.
Okay, yeah, the surprise.
Surprise and irony. Edge is just a form of irony.
Okay,
and surprise.
Okay,
so I'd pull it back and say, yeah, surprise and irony is what you want. And so that could be a play on words, or like a little, I don't know, like a little word puzzle. Like, one of my opening jokes is like, oh, you're probably, well, and here we are talking about race again. I see you're probably wondering what my race and ethnicity is. I'm Asian, half white, half Caucasian.
So that's racism.
Yeah, it's in the race category. Come on. Racism?
I mean, yeah, it's in the race category.
Yeah, in the race category.
You're not, white people can't racist white.
Oh, yeah.
Because of how.
So yeah, you can joke about race. The way I like to go about it is more.
I'm taking the ism off of there and just putting race.
Yeah, it feels a little spicier when you have the ism on it.
It does. The ism puts a little something on it.
But yeah.
So it's a turn.
Yeah.
It's a surprise. It's an irony.
Yeah.
It's saying what they didn't expect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, something they didn't expect, but like kind of know to be true. Either true by the rules of the game and the joke, the structure of the joke, or true by like
it's relatable.
There's
a relatability.
Relatability. That's what we're going after.
Right? It's like, oh, that shocked me. And I could see that. That makes sense to me too.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So in the example of like, the Mississippi origins, maybe like the resounding truth is like, oh, we've all all been guilty of, if you're a white person, you've done something racist in your life. And so then that's kind of like, you don't have to say that explicitly, but that's the truth in comedy of it. Maybe. Yeah.
That if you are white, you probably been exposed to racism.
Yeah, and that's relatable because it's like white people are like, oh, it's true. We do have a history of racism, and black people are like, it's true. You guys are really racist.
Yeah.
And so if it's something that's that relatable, hopefully any audience could listen to it and find it funny.
You talked about different rooms and different, like, do I write for the room, for the audience?
Not necessarily, but sometimes you may need to adjust for the room or the audience. Sometimes it's like you're explicitly told to adjust. You'll get a show and it's a clean show and you have to...
You get those?
Yeah.
Where it's like, so all your surprises and ironies are
you can do stuff like... Usually it'll be a PG-13 level clean, so you can't say...
No cuss words.
You could say like... You could do a couple dams and hells.
Dams and hells.
Shit is probably too strong. It depends on the crowd.
Dang, you do those?
What?
Those clean shows.
Sure.
You've done those?
Yeah.
That's got to be challenging. Can you make all of your material... for a different audience age?
There are two types of clean. There's like, some crowds are like, we're fine with profanity. We're fine with race material. We don't want to talk about politics and we don't want to talk about religion. Those are usually Republicans. And other crowds are like, we're fine talking politics. We're not really wanting to, these things aren't,
but they'll tell you
categorically true.
The guy tells you this isn't like a sex crime. This is not politics or sex. This is like,
like I did a show out in Seguin once, and I have some, stuff about Trump and politics, and to me they're like benign jokes that could be about you could do a joke about any president, whoever, just Trump is in office right now, so I was doing jokes about Trump, and it was next to the Trump memorabilia store in Seguin, and I did a clean set, but the crowd hated me because I don't want to talk about it.
You said something about Trump.
It wasn't relatable to them, or wasn't enjoyable.
They couldn't find it funny.
Yeah.
So when I get to the end of this discussion with you, I kind of leave with homework.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So how do I, if this is like me, you said find a time when you'll do stand-up, when I'll do that first. Right. And I think that'll be dependent on getting the equipment, checking out the equipment, because I want to put it up and I want to videotape me doing that and finding a club that'll let me do that. So
I don't know if you're bringing all 3 cameras.
I probably wouldn't need 3 cameras, but maybe
one camera.
2.
2 cameras.
Okay, one.
One camera you can do anywhere, no problem.
But 2 cameras might be too much.
2 cameras, you might need to like talk to the manager first. And it depends where you're going. I mean, if it's at Cap City, yeah, you'll probably need to, for 1 camera, you're fine. 2 cameras, you say, hey, I might need to set it up. And then because they have wait staff going around and stuff, you can't just put a camera
2
anywhere.
would be good just so I could get another angle on the whole thing.
Yeah.
But 1, it would be at least 1.
So much stand-up is shot now from just 1 angle.
So 1 would be fine, you think?
Yeah, if it's a few minutes.
Yeah, it's only going to be a few minutes. Okay, so I'll just do 1 camera. So I'll figure that out. I'll talk to you about that because I'll need to know kind of where to go.
Yeah, I would. My recommendation would be Cap City. They have an open mic on Tuesdays. You have to sign up in advance through the form on their website.
This is in the domain?
Yeah. And it's hard to time it. You sign up a lot. That they get 200 submissions a week, and then maybe 25 people go up. So,
oh wow,
sign up every week for a month, and maybe you get on your first time. Maybe it's not until your 3rd or 4th time.
Okay, so that's me signing up every Monday. When do you sign up?
You have to sign up the week before.
So
if you wanted to get on the website today, you could sign up for next week.
Okay, so sign up every week for that guy. And then what is my daily exercise? What does my daily exercise look like?
That's what I'm not good at. I've never had a daily exercise. It's more so just like I got that app running in the back of my head.
You're turning it in your head?
It's just like if I think of something, I just save that real quick. Or
in your head?
Sometimes I forget a lot of stuff. It's not that reliable, especially now that I'm not going up every night.
Yeah.
In the past, if I thought of something at work and didn't write it down, I'd be at the open mic later, be like, what did I think about? Oh yeah. But I'm not going back and thinking about it. So I guess, there's my answer then. My process before was to be at an open mic and say, okay, this is the time that I'm going to spend thinking about these jokes or these ideas. You have to spend some time, dedicate some time. It doesn't have to be formally sitting down, pen and paper, although it can be just whatever your brainstorming process is. Get into that brainstorming mode. And
I need to dedicate some brainstorm time every day.
Yeah. Yeah. And then pay attention when stuff just kind of like churns up in the back of your head.
So there's this this is a dedicated time. And then I also need to catch the randos.
Catch the randos.
Catch the rando thoughts or ideas. Because then then this cycles back there. Then I brainstorm those to flesh them out during my brainstorm time.
Yeah. Yeah. You get some like raw material to work with for your brainstorm time.
Okay. So during the day, I'm going to be aware of the thoughts that I have, nice. Rank them in order of funniness.
Not necessary, but yeah, you could.
This is going to happen.
Go ahead and rank them.
How do I know which ones are actually funny and which ones aren't? I have to do some kind of discernment.
You really got to get on stage to, you don't know until you say it.
You don't know until you're on stage?
Yeah. You can't. Only, I'd say, like 30% of the process takes place off stage.
So I should just get on stage as soon as possible?
That's the advice most people are going to give you.
Just get on stage and try
as
something.
As soon as possible.
Really?
And now you have something to actually work with.
But I need to go up there with some stuff.
You need to go up there with some stuff, yeah.
But I don't need to sweat it too much. I just need to come up with some stuff.
Yeah, don't try to I need to rehearse it. You can definitely say it how you want to say it. But as far as trying to time it out.
3 minutes?
Yeah, 3 minutes.
3 minutes worth of stuff. How do you know how long?
Personally, I don't really know until I do it. Because it's not just how long it takes you to say it as if you're reading straight from a page. You're having that conversation, you're pausing for laughs. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's shorter. And when you haven't done a joke ever before, you don't really know where you have a probably a pretty good idea of where you'd like the laughs to go.
Yeah.
You don't know how well it's going to connect. And so, yeah, it's really hard to know how long something's going to take when it's a brand new idea.
Man, in my mind, I just thought I would just go up there and improv stuff and get laughs.
That's fine.
Do some people do that?
Sometimes. There's an improv component to it, too.
But there's a bunch of fat on that. If I go up and improv jokes, there's going to be a bunch of fat.
Yeah, if people are improving, they're usually doing like crowd work and talking to audience members and trying to riff off that.
They're riffing.
But if you just have a skeleton of what you want to say and have like, where the punchlines are, you could totally just get up there and see how it feels to say it in front of an audience. And you'll learn a lot about, about like how it makes sense to present ideas to people. You have to like come up with the narrative and not, not like a narrative, like beginning, middle, end, but you have to have a logical flow to it. Mm-hmm. And so you'll learn like, well, they didn't laugh there because the setup here didn't make sense. You'll have a better idea of what I'm talking about after you do it.
I wonder if this is like handstands.
I haven't done any handstands.
Well, part of handstands, at least I'm learning how to do a handstand. Cool. And a part of it is just being in a handstand. Mm-hmm. And then your body, your hands, your fingers learn what it's like
to keep your balance,
to be in there. And then it subtly learns what it's like, to find the balance. Yeah. Because you're just up against the wall at first, and then you use your fingers to kind of like come off the wall a little bit, but you can't think your way into knowing how to do that. Uh-huh. You just have to have your body be in that shape. Yeah. Over and over and over again.
It's a great analogy.
Until it learns.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's exactly it. There's no other way to learn how to do stand-up than to do it. I said it's like guitar, you can practice scales.
Right.
But you can't practice comedy in your bedroom. I wish you could.
So when you leave today, I'll sign up on Cap City to do it. It's Tuesday night?
Yeah.
What time?
Starts at 8.
8 p.m. So I can still go to workout class. It's good.
Yeah. You can go after workout class.
Yeah. 8 p.m. They tell you ahead of time whether or not, how much time do you know ahead of time that you're going to do it?
Yeah, they'll send you an email if you get on the list.
And you just be there all night, or did they give you like a little time slot?
You'll if you're a name they don't know, someone who's probably going up for the first time, they'll either put you very first or last.
Very last, yeah. And it's going to be brutal, huh?
Not necessarily. It could go great. Some people's first time goes great,
but
it'll be scary. I think
it'd be scary,
but it's not going to be brutal necessarily. And even if you bomb, you'll find out like, oh, that actually wasn't.
It's not that big a deal.
Not that big of a deal. You go and it's like, this is a space for trying comedy. A lot of people with a lot more years of experience than me are going up and trying comedy and bombing. So it's kind of like
there's a lot of people.
Yeah,
experienced like comedians are going to go.
It's not like you go up and
I'm the only one bombing. It's like everybody else crushes it. It's not like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like if you showed up to handstand class, it's like, oh man, I didn't do a handstand my first time at handstand class. It's your first time at handstand class, but
you don't do it. No, I don't think anybody does in their first time.
Yeah,
I want to be able to do it. I want like you. You said like you would go up and do your first one, and then you would be a comedian, right? It would just work.
Yeah.
That's the same thing I thought about this show. Mm-hmm. I thought I'm just going to interview my first person. It's going to be great. People are going to love it. And then like I'll get a bunch of subscribers. And that's just not how it works.
Yeah. It's sudden or gradually then all at once.
That's what I've heard. It's this and then it's like because people get it or you've found an audience.
Yeah, you got to work on it and figure it out.
Work your craft.
For sure.
All right, let's see what time it is. We're going to do, we only have, about 30 minutes or so. So we pivoted there. I normally do the questions, but we went straight into this.
Oh, we went into dude. Well, you brought up that joke.
I know, I brought up the joke.
You started writing.
I thought I was going to do the improv, or the comedy thing, like maybe months and months from now.
Oh, really?
And you're just like, when are you going to do it? And I'm like, okay, well,
Yeah.
I think that's what I need though.
Yes, for sure.
I need someone to say like, oh, you just need to go out there and do it.
Yeah.
But I need to capture it to share with the audience so they can see that failure.
Yeah.
And then we kind of talk about it afterwards. Like, what do you think it looks like for us to have a relationship around my comedic kind of journey and for you to be a mentor?
I'll come watch, I'll watch your sets on camera and we can talk about what you did and what you might want to do next time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of people who I've seen get really good are listening to and watching their material.
Their own material?
Yeah, yeah. They're recording their sets and listening back to them and improving. I never did that, and maybe that's why.
That's why you...
Yeah, I hate the sound of my voice.
Well, having done this TV show, I have to do it because I edited it all.
Yeah, you put yourself in the handstand position. Now you know how to do it.
It is excruciating editing myself because every Freudian shadow, it's like a haunted house experience every time. I'm stupid. I can't believe you said that word. Why do you say so much? Oh, why do you say like so much? Why do you look so stupid? Why do you, you're not attractive. It's like everything, every insecurity comes when I'm editing these things.
Yeah.
And there's some like being with myself. You took a breath like you were going to say something.
Well, yeah, that's the no pain, no gain portion of it.
I think I got to love myself.
Yeah. And love yourself enough to criticize yourself in like, okay, I can critique my ums, or I can change this part of how I perform on stage or on camera. And it doesn't mean I'm a bad person.
And maybe realizing that no one hates me as much as me.
Have you tried that? You ran that past anyone? Survey the people. No, Phil, you're great.
Yeah, but I think what I'm saying is we are our own worst critics.
Yeah, that's been my experience for sure.
Yeah, we're harder on ourselves.
Some people don't have that. You have to have a healthy critic. I think I've been overly critical of myself, and it stops me from progressing. Other people I've seen have no self-criticism. They'll go up to like something where it's like, how did you even think that would work? And they're just unfazed, but they just do it again. And they have no problem bombing a lot of times in a row, or they don't hear it. They don't hear it the way, because they're not self-evaluating their work.
We got to be self-aware.
Yeah.
And then adapting.
Yeah. Confident enough to look at your strengths and weaknesses side by side. It's hard.
On that note, okay, how long do you think we should do this laughing meditation?
Oh, how long does it take?
I don't know.
I guess let's give it 30 seconds. And if we're not...
Oh, we got to go in for longer than 30 seconds.
We have to go longer than 30 seconds.
I would think.
Okay, let's go a minute. And if we're not actually laughing after a minute...
Okay.
How long did it take in the meditation?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Okay. All right, we're laughing already. Are we going?
Okay, well, let me start it. Oh, let's take some deep breaths.
That's the meditation portion.
Well, no, the laughing part is the meditation part.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
It's being present.
Yeah.
The meditation part is being present with laughter.
Okay.
And inviting it like purposefully.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Ready when you are.
Okay.
Oh my God.
We got a lot of time. But now look at the camera and laugh. No, your camera. Now that one. Oh, that's halfway done.
I got it there for a second.
You did get it?
Yeah, I got going.
You were in there?
I got it. I broke through.
It was real?
I had at least, you'll see it in the tape. I had at least one good real laugh.
Okay. Which one was it?
Who could say? You'll see it in the thing.
I'll watch back.
There was a moment where I got a little bit lightheaded and I was like, all right, now I'm laughing.
You were in a delirium.
You were
from oxygen depletion.
I feel so embarrassed that I got there and you didn't.
And I didn't. How do you know I didn't?
I don't know. It seems like you didn't have as good of a time as I did.
This feels like what would happen with a man and a woman when they're talking about orgasm.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going for?
That's what I was going for.
I faked it.
You faked it?
Yeah, I faked it.
Well, now we're in familiar territory for me.
That's why you didn't know. Like that looked real.
It was really convincing.
Yeah.
I thought I was killing it.
They all have what he's having. Nothing like an old When Harry Met Sally reference for folks.
Oh, what she's having. Where? Why is that a restaurant? Are they in a restaurant?
They were at Cat's Deli, and Sally simulated an orgasm.
Oh,
in the restaurant.
Okay.
In a very convincing way.
Yeah.
In a way that where Harry was just like, whoa, that's happening right now. And another lady at another table was like, I'll have what she's having.
Classic.
It's good.
Rob Reiner at his best.
Yeah. Let's do a couple of improv games.
Okay.
What's your favorite?
That's
a twosome.
I don't know any two. Well, you could do a 3-line scene.
We could do 3-line. Yeah. Like a soft start, like a scene starter.
Yeah. Like establish a character.
We could do some scene starters.
And a relationship.
I don't normally do this, but I'm not normally with trained improv.
Oh, I'm not trained. But
neither am I.
I've hung out with improvers.
Yeah. The games I normally do are Soundball, Mirror Cat, and sometimes I do Mind Meld, also known as Convergence.
Oh yeah, I know mine. I know that one.
But like we do some scene starters.
Okay.
There's a couple different ways to start a scene. You could start it by, establishing a location. You could start by, but the main thing is like letting me know, whoever starts it needs to let me know a couple things. What's our relationship? Mm-hmm. Who are we to each other? Where we are? What's the location? What emotions present, or like what are we doing?
Yeah.
There's like the 4. You don't hit all 4, but if you did, that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So improv. Okay, scene starters. You want to start the first one?
Sure.
Okay, hold on.
Get in the zone.
Are you're blanked out mind?
What's that?
You got nothing in your mind?
I got some chatter, but it'll be fine.
Well, I just mean that none of it is improv related.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Johnson, you're late again, and you better have that report done.
Oh, boss. I hate it when you make me come in on Saturday morning with the report. I didn't get it completed this last night.
You weren't doing reports on Friday night? What are you, a loser?
Well, I was with my girlfriend and we were making chicken pasta.
That sounds terrible. I was in the sheets, the spreadsheets.
Oh, wah, wah.
Improv, baby.
Improv, baby. Okay, my turn.
Do it.
Look, I think what we need to do first is go straight for the vault. You make a big noise and intimidate everybody in the bank. And then we'll go straight for the vault and we'll get in there.
I'm going to bring my kazoo.
You're going to bring a kazoo. Yes. That's good. You'll entertain the bank people.
For my big noise, I'm going to play the kazoo.
Yeah, but what will you play? Have you been practicing the kazoo?
I've never played.
Well, you're going to have to give them something convincing, Johnson. Or else they're just going to be like, what is this nonsense?
Okay, I'll play the Star Spangled Banner.
Do you know how the Star Spangled Banner goes?
Not all the way through.
Let's hear it.
With a kazoo?
And scene.
You were a better scene partner than I was.
Why is that?
Because I didn't give you as much to work with.
You did. The kazoo's great.
I didn't. You gave me a whole thing to play off. I said, you're late, and you said, but it's Saturday. And then that's some, we're in a real place really interacting.
Well, I gave you the emotion of you're an overbearing boss that makes his employee come in on Saturday morning.
Yeah, I gave you nothing. I just told you something about me. I'm a silly kazoo guy.
Yeah.
Don't be so hard on yourself. I left you hanging there.
You're doing great.
Well, it's a good note.
You're doing great.
It's a good note for aspiring improvisers.
Let's do another one. You start.
Okay.
We're just getting in the feeling. I haven't done scene starters in a while.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
All right. Honey, thanks so much for finally taking the time to come pick apples with me.
You're welcome. I don't mind coming and picking apples with you. We'll do it this time, but I'm allergic to these, so we should probably do it for 30 minutes.
Do it for 30 minutes. It's not enough apple time.
Yeah, you always want apple time, and that's fine. I let you drink the cider. I'd let you go to the New York City when you want to go.
They don't have.
But honey, I'm allergic to apples.
You're allergic to apples?
Yes,
I thought you had herpes.
I was thinking an apple a day could eat the doctor away somewhere in there. I was trying to get there.
No, you're good. Again, I didn't.
Herpes is that's a left field one.
I was looking for a 3-line button.
My herpes, I would have been scratching elsewhere though.
Yeah,
I should have been scratching my nethers.
Scratching your nethers.
Body herpes.
All right, give me one. I'm not gonna let you down. I'm not gonna let you down this time.
You're great. Let me see. How do we do this? How do we even improv? All right. I think what we should do first is we'll go round up all the sheep, and we'll get them into the corral, right? We'll put the saddles on them, and then we'll bring in the kids for the birthday party part.
Son, you got to be about the worst damn cowboy I ever met.
Well, I've been watching the movies about cowboyism.
Which ones did you see?
I watched the one about the city slickers. I watched the one about, there was one with just a cow.
You're telling me a damn Billy Crystal taught you everything you know about cowboying?
Yes, he did. Billy the Crystal is an amazing cowboy. I think we get the sheep in there, we put the saddles on them, and then the birthday party comes in, right? These people, they're not going to be able to withstand a real cowboy experience. That's why you have a 4-year-old leading the show, Dad.
Billy, you've taught me a lot about being a parent and even more about being a cowboy.
Yeah. Giddy up, Dad.
Giddy up, Billy.
Insane.
That was a good one.
That's a good one. I'm getting there.
It's a funny reveal with our relationship that you were my 4-year-old.
Yeah, the 4-year-old
son.
Yeah. The 4-year-old. We developed it. In improv, they say you can do one of two things. You can, I'm sure you do more than that, but you can expand the world that you have that you're creating together, or you can heighten something that you've already revealed. And then I expanded that our relationship was father-son.
Yeah. So the relationship doesn't have to be the first thing you say.
It should be, you're giving tidbits for the audience to relate to. So I think a relationship is a strong anchor for an audience.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a strong anchor.
And maybe sometimes you just kind of have like a silly premise, like, oh, we're bringing in the birthday party, putting saddles on them.
Right.
And it's like, who are these guys? And then we finally answer, who are these guys?
Yeah, I was thinking of those, there's these videos of kids riding, like rodeo riding little goats or like little...
Yeah, mutton busting.
And that's what I had in my mind.
Yeah, that's funny. Mutton busting's a funny... It's a funny name and it's a funny concept.
Yeah.
Of children buckarooing.
Putting kids on little,
in helmets.
That's good. All right, I'll start.
Okay.
Man, we've been in this refrigerator for a long time. Me being a mayonnaise jar and you being a ketchup jar. I hope that he doesn't put any leftover pizza in here again because it gets all the aromas mixed up in this refrigerator.
I swear to you, mayonnaise, if we get out of here, I'm gonna hold you so close in a toasted bun, and you're never gonna be cold again.
Why are you shivering so much? We live in these refrigerator all the time. You haven't acclimated?
Was grown in Mexico. I'm not used to the climate.
Oh. Well, it's time for you to catch up. That's horrible.
That's horrible. Not to nitpick, you negated.
Did I know you're yum?
No. But it's I'm in there shivering. It's like, hey, why are you shivering? Because you said we're stuck in this refrigerator.
That's true.
Sorry for committing to the universe of the bit.
Yeah, no, I like that.
Shivering.
You would shiver in a refrigerator.
You would shiver in a refrigerator. Who's to say our condiments aren't cold? They are cold. But
they are cold, but that they're uncomfortable.
Yeah. And ketchup doesn't have eggs in it. Man, it's just emulsified eggs. So it needs to be refrigerated.
Ketchup doesn't need to be refrigerated. Eggs don't need to be refrigerated.
Oh, come on. This isn't Europe.
No, I used to have chickens in the backyard, and we would never.
Oh, yeah, but that's a pasteurization thing.
Oh, huh?
In Europe, they don't pasteurize their eggs, or they do, and so you don't have to refrigerate them.
Okay, any Europeans out there in the audience, you can just let us know.
Yeah, they'll chime in.
But I do think I didn't know. You don't have to put ketchup in the refrigerator?
Maybe you should.
We're not. If you're coming to us for this type of information,
for food handling advice,
you're in the wrong place.
You're in the wrong podcast, buddy.
That's right. Okay, one more time.
All right.
One more again. Who started that last one?
You started it.
Okay, your turn.
All right. Was that a little toot?
Huh?
You just tooted?
I didn't toot.
Oh, I thought I
flatulated.
I thought I heard you just straight up rip a fart.
No, I didn't rip nothing.
Okay,
you grumbled a little bit, and I thought it was funny.
Okay.
You're like, I was like, what is he revving
I was
up
being
for?
a pirate. Can I still do my pirate?
Yeah, you can
scene?
still pirate. Right.
There be a storm a brewing.
Oh,
Squawk is right. Oh boy, last time we had a storm this bad, I pooped my pants.
Oh, that's right. I remember. It was 1762 when we were off the Horn of Africa. Yeah, you pooped your pants real good. Right there on the thing that I scrub, the poop deck. I think we should get a look at your digestive tract, because it was very foul.
And that's coming from a parrot.
Yes, you always put me down.
Oh, foul be a bird, but foul also be...
I'm stupid, okay?
I
don't catch your double entendres. I'm a bird.
And I have scurvy. Improv, baby. Pure magic.
Y'all, that was for you guys.
That's the viral clip right there.
You think?
No.
The pirate one?
No.
All right. We don't have a lot of time, but I do want to know your life story.
Oh, okay.
In a couple minutes. You were born a black man in Alabama.
Sounds like you got the whole thing.
Did you know that's a reference to?
Steve Martin?
The Jerk, yeah.
The Jerk,
yeah. I was born a black man in Alabama.
Yeah. There's some ironic situation.
Yeah. It was irony. You were born in Dallas?
Plano, Texas. City of Angels.
What happened to you when you was born?
I was circumcised shortly after.
Really?
Probably.
That's got to be an abrupt way to come into the world. Like, you're born, now we're going to cut off something that's very...
Yeah. You know, my brother was in town last week, and he was showing me, he uploaded all the family videos onto, he digitized them, was showing me my first day home from the hospital.
Uh-huh.
And it seemed pretty nice.
Your penis?
Oh, no, just my general experience.
The proximity of that statement after the bris-related statements, I thought you were talking about your genitalia.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, why does your brother have pictures of your... Anyway.
Yeah.
So what was your family like when you were born into it?
Really nice family.
Mom, dad
together all the way through.
And brothers, sisters?
2 sisters and a brother.
Ooh, you're 4. You the baby or the middle?
I'm third.
Third in.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was Plano, Texas like?
Born in Plano, then we moved to Pennsylvania shortly.
Oof.
Then we moved back to Plano, and it was, we had a very, very structured. You know, if you're digging for trauma, there's not like a big event, but something that shaped me would definitely be, having somebody. I think you've said this too, having somewhat of a strict household, or otherwise, very like, this is what the family's doing, and you shouldn't deviate from what the family's doing.
Is that dad?
Mom and dad both.
What did your dad do?
He's a finance guy.
Finance guy. And mom?
She was a nurse, but then she was a stay-at-home mom.
Stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
When I think of Plano, I think of affluence.
Yeah, it's a wealthy suburb.
Yeah. And is an affluent family. Y'all were...
Yeah, you got it. You got
rolling in the dough.
Not so much...
Well, you could have been like an apartment dweller in Plano, but I don't think there were many of those.
There were plenty of rental apartments in Plano. But
y'all were affluent.
Dad did well.
He's in finance.
Yeah.
That's a lucrative business.
Yeah. There's money in it.
What was that like? So you never had any scarcity?
No, there was no scarcity.
No food stuff. You always had... Did you have fancy clothes all the time?
No, we were pretty modest, pretty frugal.
Mm-hmm. Did you drive fancy cars? No.
Y'all used cars. I think I think the big thing was, being able to go on like vacations and stuff.
Yeah.
Go skiing and snowboarding.
Yeah.
Went to Italy. But, by and large, my mom and dad both are really frugal, non-showy people.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah.
And they invested in experiences, it sounds like.
Yeah, for sure. And just didn't spend unnecessarily or just to do it. So we cooked at home almost every night of the week, and brought our lunch. Went to public school. It wasn't like lifestyles of the rich and the famous, but it's like those basic reliable things that you don't realize as a kid how fortunate that is, and what an extension of wealth that is, until you grow up and learn that not everybody had that stability all the time, and certainly a lot of the world doesn't.
There's something that I don't know if it happened, but I picked up on some nonverbal thing when I asked if your family was affluent. Mm-hmm. It was maybe in a facial feature that you had, that it was almost like that's not a comfortable topic, or... Oh, yeah.
No one... It's not a nice or sympathetic thing to say, like, oh, I grew up rich. People probably have...
Because then all the people that didn't grow up rich would be like, oh, I hate that dude. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I've gotten some responses like that before. Not that I'm advertising, but people will look at my dad on LinkedIn or something, and then be like,
well, look, kid. You guys, Andrew didn't have any choice.
I had no choice. But to have a luxurious, pampered lifestyle as a little boy.
But he lucked out. What's that called? It's got it's the lottery, the genetic lottery. Some people get born to a wealthy household. Some people get born in a poverty home. Some people get somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. No one did anything to deserve it. And if
I've got a joke that's related to this. Can I share it with you during your life story?
Yeah.
It's tough.
Okay.
It's a tough one. It's more edgy.
All right.
And I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to just play around with you. Because I think that all folks that experience SA, is that what people say when someone sex upon you and you don't want it? What's the dog whistle for that? When you get abused, when someone sexes upon you and you don't want to be sexed upon.
Harassment?
Yeah, but more aggressive. The R word.
Yeah, okay.
What's the way we can say that and it's okay in this context? Do you know? You know how everything's different, like you say, instead of the movies that adults watch to pleasure themselves, it's corn instead of the other word.
Okay.
And they've got all those words. Do you know the one for this one?
I've heard people use grape.
Grape. Okay. So if you're going to get graped, you really want to get graped by a rich person like Jeffrey Epstein. Those would be the best people to get graped by, because I imagine most of the people in the world get graped by just poor people. And at the end of that experience, they just have nothing. But those people are millionaires now. Like the people that were graped by Jeffrey Epstein are now millionaires. I actually don't think that's fair. I think that all the people that got graped should get their winnings and put it in a big pot. And then that should be shared with all the graped. So that you don't have those getting the grape lottery and getting millions of dollars just because they were graped by someone of affluence. Is there something funny in that?
It was funny in kind of like a not funny way when you said that that mostly poor people are doing that crime.
Well, it's just because there's more poor people than rich people. There's the 1%. It's called the 1% for a reason.
You're digging yourself a lot of holes. Imagine saying that on stage, and it's like, and this is coming from my perspective. I don't really like to rock the boat like that. And some people do like to rock the boat, but for the average audience, you're going to have to do something to bring everyone around to it.
To the idea of
laughing at
grape,
something like that.
Okay, scrap that one. I probably have
it's
a lot
challenging. It's really hard because like we talked about where you have to circle it back to the level of irony and the truth about yourself in it that gives you agency to talk about it. So you can joke about whatever subject you want, but you're raising the
I need to make it relevant to me. Like, why am I talking about it? How do I disarm it and make me be an okay voice for it?
How do I contextualize it? I'm not trying to PC police you here.
Right.
But how do I contextualize it? And this is going to be true for every joke. How do I contextualize this thing that makes me laugh, make it make sense for everyone to laugh? Okay. Back to your life story.
Cool. Back to your lavish life of the rich. The Q, what's his name? The guy who did anyway. You were big, the duck that would swim in the coins.
Scrooge McDuck.
Which was silly, he was swimming in coins because those would be really hard to swim in.
It'd be really hard to swim in.
You wouldn't swim in coins.
But he's a duck.
I would liquefy all that. Anyway, he's a duck.
He's a duck.
So what was it like? Did you do like piano lessons? Did your parents have you in a bunch of different type of extracurriculars?
Yeah, I in elementary school did like team sports, baseball and football. And then in middle school started swimming, and I swam all the way through high school.
That's right.
Played double bass in the orchestra, played guitar in the church band, did a lot of church stuff. Sunday morning, Sunday evening.
What kind of church? What kind of religion?
Methodist Christianity.
Is Methodist, can they dance?
They're allowed to dance, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty loosey-goosey.
It's not the footloose religion.
No. Methodist is pretty chill level of Christianity.
They can drink. They can dance.
They can drink. They can dance. Pretty...
You can dance if you want to.
You can leave your friends behind.
That's right. Because if your friends don't dance and then they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine. Yeah. Okay, so you did... It sounds like music was a big part of your life. And sport.
Yeah. I really liked music at the time.
Still?
I love music, sure. I don't play anymore, but
Not at all?
I own a guitar, but
I got a couple.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I know the chords and stuff. I know the open chords that people know. But yeah, I think I always wanted to have a creative outlet like that. And so music was the first one that I gravitated to.
Did you write songs?
I tried. I never actually, I couldn't figure out the structure.
Huh.
Yeah.
Like the verse, chorus thing?
Maybe it's more a problem with the melody.
The melody.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't make words fit to a melody.
Yeah.
And couldn't sing and play guitar at the same time. So that was pretty restrictive too.
That'd be problematic.
Yeah.
What was your first job?
I taught swim lessons and I also worked in a snow cone stand.
A snow cone stand?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. That's the more interesting one. The swim lessons one, it was like 2 hours a week. You get like $20 a week.
Uh-huh.
So the first like punching in, punching out one was the snow cone stand.
How old were you?
I was 16 to 17. I worked at the snow cone stand.
Yeah, that's early.
And it was fun. It was like, kind of a Lord of the Flies thing where it's like kids left to rule this business.
Because the raw materials are relatively cost effective. Like if you were to ruin all of the juice for the day, it'd be like they're out
did.
$50-$60 maybe.
We did. Yeah.
You ruined all the juice.
Yeah, I ruined so much stuff.
You probably give away cones to your friends.
Unlimited
Cones for bros.
cones for bros.
I mean,
easy.
the raw materials is water, cold water, and sugar juice.
Well, you got to have it frozen the right way. So the energy could be a little bit much, and you have to get it. It has to be in the shape to go into the.
Did you do that? You were part of that process?
Yeah, we had to harvest ice.
You were an ice harvester.
Oh yeah. So not such an easy life after all. I was harvesting ice in the back of Sugar Mountain. And it was very unregulated, like just kind of $6 an hour, not taxed under the table.
But you were probably having as many snow cones as you could drink. Or
one day I worked 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Oh my
by
God.
myself in this like the whole stand was like the size of the living room.
Yeah.
Not useful for the viewer, but
right.
You can imagine just alone in this stand in the parking lot. I tried every single flavor.
Did you have diabetes? Did you leave there that day with diabetes?
I didn't catch it, but probably got pretty close.
Precursors.
Learned I loved coconut. Never would have tried coconut otherwise.
Did you do like all the flavors?
Anything you could do with a snow cone? Yeah, I definitely did it.
How long were you at the snow cone stand?
Like a year.
A whole year?
Yeah. But yeah, it was just people ages 16 to 19. There was a boss that owned it, and sometimes she was around, and that was a lot less fun. But usually it was just kids. No cameras.
No cameras.
Just full.
Hold on. The way you said no cameras.
You know what I mean? Like now it's like it's so cheap and easy to have
what
cameras.
Did you do to those cones, Andrew?
We didn't do anything.
If it was captured on the camera, you did something.
No, but we're just like goofing around, not working.
Yeah, you were not working.
So it's like it's not like, oh, boss is walking.
Well, it's not like you're selling cones all day. I mean, there's going to be a lot of time
selling cones all day.
Oh, you were slinging cones?
In the ssummer, yeah.
I bet you were.
Yeah, slinging cones.
Do you like snow cones to this day?
If they're done right. I got opinions on snow cones.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
It's about the ice consistency? Or
I like a little bit of crunch in mine. If you could get that custardy, it has to be really cold, and then
where do you get that in Austin? There's that like New Orleans cone place on airport.
They're good. They're the real deal.
You like that place?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but that's the real deal.
I can't either. Y'all go. It's on airport and kind of like
51st,
yeah. It sometimes has a long line. It's a Louisiana snow cone place.
Yeah. If you get that real smooth ice with a fat chunk in it every now and then. That's a good snow cone.
Something about fat chunk is funny.
Yeah, got a fat chunk.
You got a fat chunk in
there.
Fat
ice chunk.
You got some smooth ice with a fat chunk in there.
Yeah, maybe a cherry cola flavor.
Ayo.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so balance that off with you didn't have any like childhood trauma? There was none of that for you? It was
there were some events.
What were they Like if you thought of like a core wound from your childhood, what would it be?
I don't want to say
Well, then don't say it. Yeah.
But yeah, I have great parents, but parenting is really
parenting
hard.
stuff.
Parenting is really hard.
Parenting is hard.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a parent. I've got 2 kids. I don't know many parents that can execute that without leaving scars.
Yeah.
Because it's just so challenging.
And it's good. It's good to have formative experiences. I have a structure idea that I haven't tried on stage yet, where it's like, trauma, a little bit of trauma is good. Like trauma is just the moment you find out the world doesn't work the way that you thought it did.
Right.
That's just the premise. It's not funny, but it's like there are moments where you learn that the world doesn't work the way that you think it does, and that shapes you in certain ways, and then you're tasked with figuring that out for yourself.
You're expanding.
Yeah. And then you have the experience as an adult of seeing your parents as fully human people who are capable of both, flaws and loving you unconditionally.
Right.
And then you understand the world better if you have, and there's no severe trauma. You know what I mean? It's just like, just parenting stuff.
I think trauma will happen regardless.
Yeah.
If you what is this? Because there's surprise in life, like you said. And it's either like spilling a glass of milk and it falling on the ground, and a parent responding in a way that's like, excited, could be it, or even you just experiencing it, or, all the way up to some very extreme levels of trauma. But I think a child, is going to respond and experience that and make it the same level. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be as disturbing.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes it's hard for me. I had my experiences of childhood trauma and I share them, and I feel a lot of guilt because it wasn't as grandiose as somebody else's. There's always someone who has a harder story than mine. But what you realize is all of those are like, we all experienced it.
Yeah. And I think in a vacuum, the things that happen to you are like whatever blips from parenting or siblings or whatever would be fine in a vacuum. But then when you have to go interact with the rest of the world and try to apply, like you were saying, the child takes that reaction and documents it as a set in stone rule. Right. And then they have to go reconcile that rule with the rest of the world. And the rest of the world's like, we don't really do stuff like that. So that's, I think, where the trauma really sets in, is trying to like fit it in. Or
in a world where your parents are infallible.
Yeah.
And so like you're trying to reconcile, the world outside of that family structure is saying like, that's not necessarily the way it is, but you're like, it's got to be that way because I've got this infallible structure.
An example, I was maybe 2 summers ago taking a flight out of Austin. We were stuck on the runway for 2 hours, and it was 105-degree day. And the woman in the middle seat kept angling my AC nozzle.
Your AC nozzle.
My AC. So there's 3 AC nozzles.
Yeah, I know.
I got the one on the far right. I'm in the aisle. She keeps pointing it back over to herself in the middle. And I keep saying, sorry, I'm actually going to keep that pointed on me. And then she turns to her husband. You had to do that
more than once?
Yeah. She turns to her husband or boyfriend and says, but the person in the middle always gets both. No. And it's like, no, that was a rule that your parents gave you so that you and your sibling wouldn't fight about who has to sit in the middle seat. And now you're trying to bring that rule to
an adult scenario.
And then you're like, oh, my parent, and so that's not capital T trauma, but it's a formative experience. So
it's kind of gaslighting.
Yeah. You just adopted a rule about how the world works and then tried to apply it as an adult, and it's maladaptive.
Right.
So if you have the spilled milk experience, milk got knocked over, and dad punches a hole in the drywall. That was not my experience.
Right.
Just saying, and you learn that as a kid, it's like, oh, okay, my mistakes are unacceptable and so are those of other people. And then you try to apply that rule to the rest of the world. It's maladaptive.
Well, yeah, if you go out and play that out.
Yeah.
If you punch walls when things that are relatively benign happen. Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
You shouldn't do that. Easy. Unless you're doing a comedy skit, because that is irrational anger.
That's irrational anger.
It would be great there. So part of that is like, how do you harvest from your childhood experience and your trauma in a way to find comedy?
Not directly, or definitely not so intentionally anymore. You know, I told you about that experience of humiliating my parents. I think
that's right.
I think I was acting out and trying to, you know, punish them for something or other. You know what I mean? Just like I was trying to get back at them from like, I'll show you, you know, I'm not going to do things your way. I'm going to do things my way. And you'll see. And then I realized I was like, oh, I'm picking on people who really loved me and did the best they could for me.
Well,
and then
were they funny jokes?
Not to me now. And like,
no, but the audience, did the audience find them funny?
Yeah, they had worked in certain, you know what I mean? I was so new to comedy at that time. It's hard for me to say like, yeah, it was good. And no, they weren't great. I had done well with those jokes.
Mm-hmm. But the juice wasn't worth the squeeze.
Juice wasn't worth the squeeze. There we go. Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. It wasn't wrong context for that. You know what I mean? It's like when you do a joke at the expense of someone else or some group of people, it's like maybe there are appropriate contexts for that, or a context where it's like, all right, well, we're not gonna have to deal with the consequences right now. But I had to look the subjects of the joke in the face and say it to them, and then deal with the consequences immediately after the show. And that's probably why I'm a little bit more like, I don't want to make people upset, because it's really easy to do. You don't always hear back from them as immediately as I did, but it's really easy to bum people out with comedy.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about this juice is worth the squeeze thing.
Yeah. It's, comedy it's just kind of logistics. You have to do it to get better at it. Mm-hmm. It mostly takes place, it only takes place in the evening. It usually takes place late into the evening.
Like what time?
I mean, it depends. You know, you might, if you do the 8 o'clock open mic at Cap City, that's why that's a good one to do. It's you'll be out by 10.
Okay,
if you're last, you'll be out by 10.
Cool.
But when I was really like young and in Austin and grinding and doing 3 open mics a night, I would stay at, you know, Mr. Tramps on 183, a terrible bar, fine bar on 183.
You hear that, Mr. Tramps?
By the Target. Okay. They had an open mic there.
By the Target on Olin Road?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's not far from here.
Yeah, it's just in the front.
Okay.
They had an open mic there. They probably still have an open mic there. But yeah, you know, on a Wednesday night, that would be my 3rd open mic of the evening, and I would stay there until 2 a.m.
Okay.
And so you have to burn the candle at both ends. And so when I was 24, I had the energy to do that. And then, you know, I had a day job where I could just, as long as I was sitting at my desk, I was fine. You know, I didn't have to actually be working. I could just be at my desk. But it all catches up to you. And then, little burp, sorry. Then you end up being, you know, 30, and it's like, okay, I can keep pushing in comedy for however long it takes. And you start kind of like thinking about the numbers of it all, where it's like I could be a self-employed comedian and I live on the road 300 days a year, and my income is solely dependent on that.
What about writing? You wanted to write a show.
Yeah.
Were you doing writing? Because isn't that one angle for folks is writing?
Yeah, that's not easy either. And it's not like it should be easy, but it's just like, then there are angles to do for that. Like you pretty much have to move to Los Angeles, and the pandemic, that was more of an option for me. And then the pandemic happened.
You got to go to LA.
Yeah, I think I had some good momentum in comedy leading up to the pandemic, and the pandemic happened.
Crushed you.
Didn't crush me, but it's like you spend 15 months doing other things. I spent the whole like lockdown portion of it, living with my parents in Dallas and reconnecting and like kind of reevaluating priorities and what I want out of life. And, you know, if everything got taken away all at once, would I regret it more if I had, you know, spent more time trying to be a comedian? Because we did have that experience where for a moment it's like, oh shit, the world could end or never be the same as we know it. And then it's like, if everything just vanished at once, I would hope to have put more effort into, you know, having a good life, good relationships with my family, good relationship with my now fiance, and have a job that supports me just living a good, normal life. You can sleep at night, you know, not drinking so much, not comparing yourself to what other people get because you see someone else get something and then it's like, oh, well, they got it, so I'm not going to get it. Now I have to wait another year for that type of opportunity to come around. There's just so much, scarcity mindset in pursuing it as narrowly as I was doing. I'm not saying that categorically pursuing comedy is self-serving and unrewarding. The path I was on was, and I'm really lucky to have the family situation that I have and to be able to go look at that and be like, oh, this thing that I've been running from for personal reasons is actually a lot better than the thing that I'm running to. So I was lucky to have that experience and that shift in perception for myself.
NDE.
What's that?
An NDE. A near-death experience.
Oh, really?
Well, you didn't have a near-death experience, but you contemplated death.
Yeah, a world-changing moment.
Yeah.
That probably, it was a really deadly time.
Yeah, you thought you could lose family members or you could lose, like this world could change in a fundamental way, and you're like, how do I want to spend my time on Earth?
If the world were going to end tomorrow, would I want to be at the Mr. Tramp's open mic, or would I want to know that I can call my family and say, okay, the asteroid's going to be here at, you know, whatever time, let's all meet up in Waco and go out together.
Love each other, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we'd do.
You'd want to go out together.
I'd want to,
I love that.
Yeah, I do too.
I also think about a company, a business opportunity. We could do it together if you want.
Okay.
We'll provide near-death experiences to people.
That's a good idea.
Because they're so healthy. But what we want to make sure is no one gets the full death experience. They'd have to pay a lot extra for that.
Yeah. I love it. How much?
Would they pay?
Oh, I'm saying for me, I'll take another one.
How much do you want to get? Oh, you want to, how much to provide it for you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to think through this. There's probably going to need to have a doctor on staff.
Insurance is going to be a nightmare.
I don't think insurance is going to pay. This is going to be out of network. Because I'm taking you to the precipice of death. It's the precipice of life.
We could just tell people.
And then I'm pulling you back.
Hey, that mole looks pretty weird.
Oh, you need
and just hope
gaslight,
it sends them. Yeah, gaslight just hope it sends them spiraling.
I don't know. I was thinking we'd be like car crash. Like we pay a stuntman to crash them to them, but then have real good medical support on the other side.
Oh, absolutely. On the other side is what we'll call it too.
On the other side.
There you go.
So now you do it casually?
Yeah, somewhere in between. You know, somehow the less pressure I put on it, the better the outcomes are. You know, I start to get some of the things that I wanted when I was, you know, pursuing it in a different way. Some of that is just kind of like the momentum of, you know, you build up a certain amount of experience that you don't lose, even if I'm not as sharp as I was before. But so some of that's just momentum rolling. Some of it's just okay, I can relax and have fun on stage. And then when opportunities come up, and not big opportunities, but, you know, opportunities to do stuff more locally.
Yeah.
I do it for fun.
What are the stages for this for you? Or what was it like for you? You told me that the Velveeta room was like a Like, it's open mic.
Yeah.
And you do those, you're just doing those all the time?
Most of the time. And then there's like local shows.
The next level is...
Yeah, your friend, someone you know from the open mics, runs a booked show at, they have one at, the longest running one I think in Austin is on Buzzmill on Wednesdays.
Okay.
So someone books you on something like that.
Do they pay you for that?
Yeah. Sometimes you get, 2 drink tickets and $10 to $50.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
sometimes
the next
$0.
level. That's the next
level. Yeah.
You've graduated from open mics when someone invites you.
And you do an 8-minute to 12-minute spot.
8 to 12 minutes.
Yeah.
So you graduated from 3 to 5 to 8 to 12.
Yeah.
And then what happens next?
Then you could do that for forever.
Forever.
Yeah, you could develop now you would probably develop an online following and personality that allows you to expand where you perform and how long you perform for. Mm-hmm. So you kind of move up. But if you're going to go like the classic comedy club ranks, there's hosting at the comedy club. You're the MC for the evening, and you bring up all the acts. And sometimes it's a one-nighter at the club. But so basically, you do like the Cap City open mic or the Velveeta Room open mic enough times that the manager says, hey, this kid's pretty good. Let's give him a shot hosting one weekend. Mm. And then you host that weekend, and maybe you do that for a year or
so
2
hosting
years.
is like the next step.
Yeah, and then after that, you could be a feature.
Because you're doing a bunch of 3 minutes in between?
No, you do a 10-minute set up top, and then you introduce the feature act, and then you introduce the headlining act.
Okay.
And the feature is either a local person or somebody who's like touring around trying to reach the headliner status.
You're hosting for the touring acts and stuff those nights, not an open mic. Okay.
Yeah, and so then the feature comes up, and maybe they're a local. Cap City's really good about booking local people to feature, mm-hmm. and so there's some more of those opportunities here. But some people will just travel the world. Not travel the world, travel the country, being a middle act at a comedy club. And mm-hmm. that's 15 to 30 minutes. You probably make like $150 a show, do 6 shows a weekend. And then the next level after that is club headliner. And then you're doing 45 minutes to an hour plus. At the end of the show, you're the big act. Maybe you've gotten like a late, Jimmy Fallon or one of the Jimmys, one of the Seth Meyers spots. Yeah. You do something like that, so you have enough credentials to start doing clubs, and then maybe you film a special, and now people really start selling out your club shows to the point where it's like, hey, let's get this guy in a theater.
And somewhere in there, you might start writing for somebody, like they think you're good enough to write for a TV show or for a late night show or something. Is that another avenue? Or?
There are so many avenues between that middle act spot and headliner / national sensation. Now it's mostly about developing an online following and producing a ton of online content. Pros and cons to that. In the past, maybe you're living in New York or Los Angeles and you've opened up for somebody at the clubs there. They're based there too, so you guys are seeing each other a lot. I'm like, hey, why don't you come out on the road with me and be my opening act for this leg of dates.
Which you can do that now in Austin because it's becoming a hub.
A lot that happens for a lot of comics here. So that's still a totally viable.
So we're starting to have that here.
Absolutely. Totally viable pathway. And that kind of, now you're having introductions with those club managers like, hey, maybe next time I come back and headline this. And they say, well, how many people are you going to bring in? What's your social media like? And you go, oh, okay, well, let me go get my social media up.
Right.
And now next time this person brings me along to open up for them, I can say, hey, I got 10,000 followers now. I think I could sell 30 tickets. And they'll say, all right, we could sell enough chicken fingers to make that profitable.
It's all about how many butts can you put in seats.
Exactly.
Man.
So yeah, that's kind of the bird's
That's the juice.
That's
that not being worth the squeeze, and you want to be going home to your fiance. You want to be close to your family.
Yeah,
you want to be
going to workout class.
That's why it's
being
local.
Able to skateboard.
You're a local. You're a skateboarder.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Really? That's your big thing? Skateboarding?
One of my big things. Yeah, for sure.
You go to like the local
everywhere. Yeah,
skateboarding. Awesome.
Love it. Yeah,
dude. You'd like a good buddy of mine who's also on this show. His name's Cole. We rock climb together, but he's also a huge skateboarder. He's really awesome. you guys should get to know each other.
Connect. That'd be cool.
You should connect.
Yeah, man.
And so it's a well-rounded kind of life that you're seeking and you're developing.
Yeah, for
something
sure.
That's not necessarily, because the juice is like you'd have to be traveling and you'd have to kind of be away from family and away from your fiance.
Yeah, it's one of those careers that it's like it's a high achieving career. It's a career that's both your hobby, your social circle, and your livelihood.
Yeah.
And I have other interests. And some people balance it way differently. I just wasn't balancing it the way that some people do.
Well, I hope that folks that watch this will find you, and when they want to find you, they will look.
Oh, if to find me, Instagram's probably the best place.
Instagram under the handle
Andrew__ Wagner, 2 underscores.
Andrew Wagner. His name is Andrew Wagner. You put 2 underscores in between the first name and the last name
because 1 underscore was already taken.
So if you put Andrew _ Wagner,
I'll probably still come up by like you could probably give that a shot.
Just the second one down.
Yeah.
But he's Andrew _ Wagner. I'm also gonna put all of his social media links in the description to this video. So you can just press that description button and click it.
Yep.
And then you'll be able to find your way to Andrew.
I'll be out. Yeah.
Also, just keep watching the show because I'm going to have Andrew.
We gotta watch see what X gives you.
Yeah.
We're all dying to find out.
What X gives me. And if I decide to go a different surprise angle, I'm sure I'll talk to you between now and when I go up. But I imagine after we get done tonight, I'll put my name on that list. And I feel some anxiety about it.
Yeah. It's nerve-wracking.
But like you said, just getting out there and doing one and just getting started is a good way to go.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
And I want to talk to you about a TV show idea that I've had for a long time.
Okay, let me hear it.
That you might be able to write for. Should I tell everybody about it? Y'all are all now under a blanket NDE. This is my idea.
Okay. NDA, you said NDE.
NDA.
Blanket near-death experience.
Near-death experience. That means if you do this without me, you will come near to death. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Here's the idea.
Those lips.
Here's the idea. The name of the show is a comedy, and the name of the show is Men's Group. And we have a group of men. Like what happens every episode is a men's group experience where they're around and then they go through these rituals. They're not the exact same as Mankind Project, but they're similar. There's some kind of like funny rituals that men do, and they talk about their feelings and all that stuff, which I think has a lot of comedy to it. And it's also very serious. But I think those two things go hand in hand. And there's a spinoff for every episode where 2 of the guys will go to some kind of woo-woo experience or kind of like fringe experience or just spiritual experience. And they'll talk, 2 different of the men. Like probably a main character and one of the other guys will go. So one time they might go to ecstatic dance together and talk and see that ecstatic dance through the lens of their kind of like skewed and warped world. You know, there's women dancing topless. There's a sexual component there. There's people dancing in weird ways. There's these musics. And then another time maybe they'd go to yoga and they'd discuss, they're kind of whispering during the yoga class and having a dialogue about that experience. And the next time maybe they would go to, I don't know, a tarot reading together. And it's basically, it's a men's bro comedy type of situation. And it all kind of hubs back to that men's group experience where they talk about whatever event happened at the,
that's good.
At the kind of field trip, if you will. One would be like workout class. Some of them would work out all the time. So that'd be another vignette, but you'd have these vignettes that would all hub back to this men's group where they're able to break free of like this what men are supposed to do in communication and actually give like the quiet part out loud, kind of like speak emotionally about what happened, or you know, what do you think?
I love it.
Men's work.
I think anything with zany characters in like a in a everyday setting
It's gonna have to take zany characters, but I'd want to do it in Austin.
Cool.
Like to figure out, and you could even act in it if you wanted to, but we'd have to. You're not an actor.
Not an acting.
We
guy.
could find the actors. They're gonna have to work for free, but I think it'd be easy to shoot because we just need a room where they can have a men's group. Could be here. You keep it real cheap. You keep it lean, right? Lean startup kind of ethos.
Yep.
And then but it would take some writing and some scripting, which is where I thought maybe if you were excited about doing that, writing some jokes for that type of thing.
Yeah.
What would these goofballs say at a yoga studio, or what would these goofballs say at, an ecstatic dance?
I would
think about it.
Yeah, I'd love to workshop that with you.
Yeah. We've been chatting for a long time.
Dude, yeah,
I think we're going to wrap it up.
Oh my God, I got to go.
Is that cool?
Yeah, I did not know it was 8:30.
This has been Phil Phails with my good friend Andrew __ Wagner.
You got it.
He's a local comedian, and this has been Phil Phails at Funny.
I think you killed it.
Yeah, I think you killed it.
Oh, stop.
Thank you all for watching. Y'all go find Andrew. Watch some of the other episodes with Andrew. I really enjoyed this. Do you hug? Do you high five? Do you fist bump?
I think we established we're both like a fist bump.
We're
high five kind of guy.
We're fist bump bros.
Yeah.
And that's a wrap.
Thanks for having me. I had a great time.
Thank you for being had.
Another grape joke.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay. Okay.
That one's not going in.
Okay. And that's a wrap.
Oh, man. I really do have to.
I know. My bad. Just skedaddle out of here.